Am I the meanest?
Pun's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pun's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pun's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pun's drunk.
Who am I?
Pun's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pun's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
What? Dímelo, mi gente, que lo que? Y'all already know this is Punch, Drunk, Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, el Sazón, el Borracho, el Pastor de Boxeo. Been a hectic week. Apologize for the people I haven't been going live on the reg, especially this week. But you know what I'm saying? It's been a hectic week, ladies and gentlemen. But we back at it. We back at it for the day. Then tomorrow, then Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Ya tú sabes, mi gente. Que lo que? Everybody in the chat, y'all already know, man. Smash the like button. It's going to be a touchy subject. It's going to be a touchy subject, y'all. It's going to be a little touchy. It's going to be agreements, disagreements. You know what I'm saying? The type of disagreement going to be a little, you know, like, little, kind of the type of subject that people really don't want to talk about, you know, and it takes a brave voice like your boy, Mr. Moonshine, to call out things that in our community, people don't really want to talk about because they're going to be perceived as, you know, somebody that speaks the truth. You're going to be perceived as, oh my God, you don't like this race or you don't respect this race if you don't understand the nature of what we're going to be talking about and the seriousness and the realness about it. I just say shit that people scared to say, or I just say things that I know that you're thinking about that people have experienced because I've been talking about this before. Y'all been following the channel, subscribe to the channel. I've been talking about this before. I have people, even strangers, come up to me and be like, hey, yo, Punch, you saw that video that you did that time? You know what I'm saying? With the Latinos and blacks, yo. Man, I've been feeling like that all my life, bro. There's some other people be like, you know what, man? Come on, Punch. Why you say that? It ain't like that, bro. It ain't like that. Really? It's not like that? You tell me that. Because it's touchy. People don't want to keep it real because keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you know, with politics, you know what I'm saying? People may take your affiliation with a particular party serious. They don't even want to invite you to Thanksgiving. What's good, Mr. Chop Top in the building, Code in the building, con la bandera de Puerto Rico! Bayamón, Carolina, Aguadilla, San Juan. What's good? Rubsky in the building, low nose boxing. Boricua con la bandera de Bori. Yo, can you imagine a Puerto Rican fighter and stuff like that in Madison Square Garden, the whole Madison Square Garden the same Bori. Damn, that must be like that might get you hype. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. In the end of the day, we all want one human, the human race. The human race. What makes us beautiful is the different cultures. We are the buffet in heaven. I keep on saying it ever since I started my channel. I've been saying it, and I've come across with a lot of people in this community always say, you know, Punch, no, it's race. No, Punch is race. It's race. Yo, Punch is race. Let me try to speak the language that y'all speak on. But I'm going to give you my perception, my experience, my knowledge of it, my thoughts. Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? HLD in the building. HLD in the building. Bori. Low Nose Boxing. Shout out to Low Nose Boxing. Subscribe to Low Nose Boxing. He said, T.O. versus Cambosa Part 2, December, Madison Square Garden. Let's go. Viva el Shakur, el Bori, de Newark. Why people mad? And I dropped the video. And for the people that supported the video, man, good looking out on that. Smash the like button. Y'all already know you haven't subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, share the video, share the channel. Let's get this thing up. Right now, we slacking right now. 31 people looking on. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night prime time. The kids are still there, man. I'm trying to chop this up for the people, man. So show that support. Smash that like. Let me see how many likes we got right now. Let me see people. Let me see. We got 13 likes. All right. Half of the people don't like what we about to talk about. Okay. And I'm gonna open up the panels because I'm gonna open up the panels because I'm gonna need Lobari, my Puerto Rican brothers, my black brothers, my Latinos that support Shakur Stevenson, Puerto Rican that support Shakur Stevenson. There's Puerto Ricans that I've actually, you know what I'm saying, seen some Puerto Ricans that don't consider Shakur Stevenson or don't even want to acknowledge Shakur Stevenson as a Puerto Rican as well. So this ain't only the black folks. I think the majority of the black folks is, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna show you a picture. Y'all ain't watched the video. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me one sec. All right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about no particular YouTube channel, YouTube host. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about messages that I've gotten, messages I've gotten on my videos, messages on Twitter, other people's account, what their message. Look, we got guys like GTD. He says, y'all can't keep Shakur. Y'all could keep Shakur. He's a coon, basically. The one and only. He said, if that cat Puerto Rican, then anybody in the Warriors can be also. Polo said, Shakur, what the fuck? Like, yo, don't why you trying to identify? Why you trying to celebrate? Why you trying to embrace your Puerto Rican side? Your daddy's Puerto Rican. This guy goes, Shakur, what the F? Another person said, they will not accept you. You look too much like a black brother. What that's supposed to mean? Tego Calderón, look, Tego Calderón en negro. ¿Qué tú estás hablando? I don't understand. What is this thing? People think that Puerto Rican got a look. Puerto Rican don't got a look. Dominican got no look. Cubans got no look. We are mixed. We don't play that game like that. We are mixed. Celia Cruz, la reina de Cuba, is blacker than black. Tego Calderón. You got your Tego Calderón. You got your Mark Anthony. You got your J-Lo. Those people, you got your Sammy Sosa. You got your Alex Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? You got Sammy Sosa. You got Alex Rodriguez. You got Manny Ramirez. You got Papi Ortiz. All different. You know what I'm saying? People talking about. Other people like, yo, he hasn't been repping Puerto Rico, so stop the bull crap. Only when dude is trying to sell tickets. Now, there's people out there that be like, he's not really Puerto Rican. He should have embraced Puerto Rican. He's using Puerto Rican. There's so much narratives around his embrace of who he actually is, what's in his bloodstream, and people don't like it. I never seen this. I don't understand this. I truly don't understand this energy. Another person said, he ain't all black. Oh, damn, 50% of my likes taken back. Wow. So this guy was a Shakur Stevenson fan, and this is an undertone racist right here. He says, he ain't all black. What? Oh, damn, 50% on my likes taken back. Nah, okay. All right. Maybe that's a little jokey joke. All right, yeah, that was a joke. My fault. He ain't a racist, but stuff like that. Okay, that's a little jokey joke. I'm sorry about that. You ain't no racist, my brother. Frank Sosa, you ain't no racist. I think he was trying to make light to it. But anyway, this dude claims Puerto Rico just cause he wants them fans. Wow, man. Wow. You are what your father is, D-Cat says. Right on, brother. If PR, there's a whole town full of motherfuckers darker than black. Facts, Coda. I've been out there in Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico. I've been out there. Most of my family members live out there. Most of the families that went from the Dominican Republic of Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? I never had. Yo, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Hold on. Because it's time for us to speak. It is our time. Hold on. And I'm gonna tell you why it's our time. Give me one example. Let me take this thing out. I'm gonna tell you why it's our time. It's our time. I believe that everybody gets their spotlight. Everybody gets their chance to get praise. Everybody get their chance to say what's unfortunate in their community, unfortunate about their ethnicity and race and stuff like that, culture, whatever you want to call it, right? The outcry, right? Everybody got their chance. But you know what? In this community, even with the Latino community, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Latino Hispanic community, it's time for this Latino of this complexion to speak out. Because I think a lot of people they try to want us to identify. People want to have power over who we want to recognize as, what we want to identify as. You know what I'm saying? People have a problem with it. And, you know, ain't nobody going to talk about it like that. Ain't nobody going to talk about it. It's going to talk about me because they're going to, oh, yo, Punch don't think he black. It's not about, I think I'm human. That's who I am. I want to identify as the culture that I was brought up, the culture that I love, my parents' culture, my culture, implement other cultures together and make it my own. That's one thing about born and raised in New York City. It's a melting pot. We adopt, look, every race have adopted other cultures within their own culture, right? Hey, yo, I'm telling you like this, man. I love soul food. I love so going to 125th and stuff like that. Go to the vegan spot or go next door and get me some mac and cheese, collard greens and stuff. But I wasn't born with that and raised like that on my in my house. Well, my father did cook some collard greens, but he does it in a different way. I love Jamaican food. One of my best friends growing up, living in the 6th floor. Shout out to Kevin. Man, I love that Jamaican food, a little spice. You know what I'm saying? El pollo guisado tasted different from Kevin's mom than my mom's, but it was still good. You know what I'm saying? China used to live in the building as well. China. We had in my building, we had a China, we had Jamaican, we had Haitian, have black, Puerto Rican. And so one of my boys from MS-13, Salvador, he was from El Salvador, MS-13 gang and all that, right? But one of the coolest, humble dudes that you could ever meet. Never really chilled in the block, you know what I'm saying? Never chilled in the block. He just lived there with his wife and kids, and he did what he had to do outside of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Different colors. We all understand each other. We all adopt cultures. We adopt music. We adopt food. We adopt slangs, right? We adopt slangs. We are just a blend of all cultures. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I don't understand if, and I'm gonna tell you something about me. My father used to always be like, "Yo, you know you Chinese, right?" Because my grandfather is Chinese, my grandfather's Cantonese. But when I was young, I couldn't identify. I didn't know who he was. I thought my father was always lying. I just ain't want to identify with Chinese. I don't look Chinese. I don't, you know, I'm not within the culture. My father used to be like, yeah. Your great grandfather, his grandfather's Chinese. My great grandfather, his grandfather, my great grandfather's Chinese. And I'm like, come on, for years. He got sick. Pops was like, yo, I want you to meet your great uncle. He's still alive. Was in Mount Vernon. So when he actually he wanted to see my pops. So I'm like, that's when I'm like, yo, I'm Cantonese. I was proud to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as there was, it's really real. I thought, yo, dad, I thought you was a joker and stuff like that. But when it was really real, I embraced it. I felt proud. It's just like a thing came on to me, and I'm like, yo, I'm proud to say Cantonese, even though that I'm proud that I got that on my bloodstream. I'm proud of that. Now, they may be people like that. They may be Chinese, and I'll be like, hey, yo, what you are? Yeah, I'm Dominican. I'm this, and I'm Brazilian. I'm Cantonese. You don't look Chinese. No. People used to be like, well, your blood, you know, Chinese blood is very, very strong. If you was Chinese, you would look at it. So I understand that. I understand when people really don't want you to identify what's really on your blood. People don't really want you to identify with who you are. They want to control who you should identify with. So if I say, hey, yo, I'm Dominican, and the black people go, you black. I know, pero yo soy dominicano también, tú sabes. Porque if yo me quedo callado, right, you're going to be like, yo, what are you? Because you speak Spanish. Ahora tú quieres, now you want to know what I am. I told you in the beginning, I was Dominican, but you know, I'm black. Y esa vaina de que black y white y todo eso crayon. Y esa vaina. Huh? What is that? DBS said he black only. See, that's the control right there. Man, shut up, pun, man. Shakur is black. Shut up. That's what it is. They want to control who you are. No, but Shakur is half Puerto Rican, half black. Man, he black. But Cuban, man, y'all black. But I'm Puerto Rican, man, you black. Man, but I'm Dominican, man, you black. Mira, ¿qué es lo que es, don? Tú sabes que yo, vamos para esta discoteca, tú sabes, mira a la mujer, ya tú sabes, hay muchas mujeres ahí, habla, hermano. Hey, yo, my man, yo, what are you, punch? Because, no, I'm black. Yeah, but what are you? No, yo soy black. No, soy black. I'm black. No, but I hear you speak Spanish and stuff like that. You sound like Cuban. No. Oh, ahora you want to know if I'm Cuban, Puerto Rican, or Dominican. Nah? I thought that I was black. Oh, now I got to tell you, right? ¿Verdad? But if I want to, and I've met certain blacks don't like it. Certain black people don't like that. I'm like, Dominican. No, but you black. No, I'm Dominican. They even have some jokes that be like, he no Dominican, he no black. Let me say it like this for the people that don't know outside of the Latino race. Outside of the Latinos, especially the Caribbean Latinos, like Cubans, that we have color. The Caribbeans, the Latinos that have color. You know what I'm saying? My Colombian people as well. All right. When it's not that a Dominican or Puerto Rican or Cuban doesn't know that his bloodstreams leads back to the motherland. It's not that. It's that when a person say he's Dominican, but let's say look like me, I am telling you, I'm not an African American with the culture. I'm Dominican. That's why I say because in America, black means African American, right? That the African, but I'm not African American. I'm Dominican. So when people ask me, what are you, Dominican? But you black? No, I'm Dominican. So you could understand that I have I'm Dominican. I have my culture Dominican, my food, my music, como yo hablo, my slang, my language, everything is that. It's not that, oh, look at Dominicans and Puerto Rican. Y'all think y'all ain't black. No, it's not that. We're letting you know what we identify with. But there's certain people that got a problem with that. Certain people that got a problem with that. Why? You want to abandon our culture because, I told you black. Fuck up. You ain't no fucking Dominican, Puerto Rican, and you black. Shut the fuck up. They want control. And I'm going to tell you like this. That type of control is the reason why we have oppression in different type of country. If I know this little control, I believe like this. If any race had power, they would do the same thing in America that the whites did, the same thing that the Arabs did, the same thing that they did in Africa, the same thing they did in Asia, all that oppressed slaves and stuff like that. Every time there's a group of people with power and show me that little power, imagine if they had more. Imagine if they had more. That's like let's say the N-word, right? The N-word, people use it. And but there's certain black folks that don't let nobody use the N-word. Hey, yo, my man, you're saying the N-word. You're not supposed to use the N-word. They'll say it to a white person, they say it to a Latino person, they say to right, you can't use the N-word. See that little power right there. That little power. If you could want power over a word, can you imagine if they've given, let's say, blacks more power in America? I think they will do the same thing that the white people did over here. Yeah, I said it. Because look at the power. Look at that little word. How people want that power so bad. Imagine everything else. If you want that power of a word, if you had the chance, you would do the same thing every other race did to another race. I'm going to say what y'all scared to say. I don't give a damn. Y'all want to subscribe. Y'all don't. I'm a realist into this shit. I say what people is afraid to say. If there is a race of people, not all. If there's a race of people that want to have the power over a word, that don't want to that they're going to micromanage. If you Latino, if you Asian, if you white, if you Indian, you can't use the word. I could use the word. You could use the word. Maybe you could use the word. Sometimes you can use the word on songs. You can't use the word. Who are you? Who you think you are? You racist. If you use that word, use that word. If you want a power, you're going to take the power to use one word. Imagine what would you do to a race of people? That's just the word. So I know if you was in a position to rule, you would do the same thing that the white people did in America. Everybody's in the oppressor. Every race was in the hands of an oppressor, or you was the one that was oppressing the people. Every race, from every corner of the world. Just in America, it was white and it was black. In Africa, it was something else. In Asia, it was something else. Then there's religious war out there, right? Look what happened in Yugoslavia. I ain't reading about the color, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to talk about. I want to emphasize today, we're pulling the coloring books down in the end of the show. But I have to speak the language so y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. I know it's tough. It's tough. Hey, English is my second language. I'm going to be tapping into a lot of things, and look, there's going to be some clarity. I'm going to open up the panel so there's going to be some clarity so I could get different opinions. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. All I'm saying, I'm giving you my experience. I'm giving you my knowledge. You could take it, you can leave it. I don't give a damn. But I'm giving you what I feel like I know, and then I want some education. I want you to teach me. I'm open to learn. I'm open to learn. Ain't no such thing as no black and white. I said it. If you call yourself white, you don't know who you are. If you call yourself black, you don't know who you are. Because ain't no goddamn ain't no such thing as white and black. What is black? What is a country in black? What is a nationality? What region are you? Where? I ain't read it in the scripture. Yeah, I said it. 100 years ago, everybody was calling each other blacks. They had another name. Went from Negroes, color, and stuff like that. A white ain't white and the black ain't black. A white ain't white and the black ain't black. An Asian man will smack your ass if you call him yellow. I seen it in Chicago. Somebody called a Vietnamese I was chilling with, and they call him yellow. Yo, my Vietnamese peeps smacked the dude so hard. Hey, yo, my man, don't you ever call me a color, mother effer. But you gonna let yourself call you white. Get white. Get esa vaina. Y black. Get esa vaina. And that's what it is. Because there's certain people that don't know who really they are. They give you a color. How many times you heard it? Man, it doesn't matter if you black, white, red, right, green, and stuff like that. No, we ain't no damn coloring book out here. What are you, Russian? Okay, what are you, Italian? Even Italian folk. An Italian guy will let you know, hey, yo, I'm not white, I'm Italian. A Jew will tell you, I ain't Jew, I'm Jewish. But over here in America, black. Now you black. If I'm black, you gotta be black, and you gotta be. I'm Dominican. No, you gotta be black. Now you just a black man that speaks Spanish. No. Because I understand in this community right here, and in this country, let's be real, let's be honest. See, I'm gonna be talking about this. I'm gonna be talking about things that people don't want to talk about it, but I gotta give it to you. And I know what I'm saying, and I know there's other people that feel just like how I feel. I know it. I I remember when I was talking about this subject a while ago, man. I got so many messages. A lot of messages from Mexico, from Mexican country singers. I got the receipts too. I'll show you, but I want to show these people text messages, DMs, Instagram DMs. They was like, yo, I always felt like that. Basically, I always felt what you're saying. I always wanted to say what you said. Thank you for saying what I've been thinking basically my whole life. I'm gonna tell you something about the black and Latino community. In the black and Latino community, we have great camaraderie. We're brothers, we're cousins. It's our neighborhood, it's our community. Most of the inner cities and stuff like that, in the inner cities, especially in the big cities. I'm not gonna say every city because I'm not within every city. I'm coming from a New York perspective, and I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna keep on saying I'm coming from a New York perspective. You know what I'm saying? Latinos and blacks, we share community. We share poverty. We share impoverished, you know what I'm saying, circumstances. We share community. We share schooling. We share the school system. Right? Punch, we need that link today, man. Yeah, I'm going to send a link. I've got Coda. Stay right there because I want Coda. I want your opinions, your experience, your education, HLD, low nose boxing, everybody. I want y'all to actually be on the panel because there is two types. There are Puerto Ricans out there that support Shakur Stevenson. I'm happy to Shakur Stevenson. Most of it because when I dropped the channel, look, that video that I'm about to show, that video did 18K, and most of the people in the comment section, and a lot of Puerto Ricans as well, a lot of Latinos, is happy to embrace a Shakur Stevenson, right? But I've seen others. I got other comments of Puerto Ricans saying, I don't consider him real Puerto Rican. Oh, there's other ones like that. Not a lot, but there's other people like that. They have a voice. They have an opinion. So if you are that type of Puerto Rican as well, I want you on the panel today. I want you on the panel today. If you a black, if you want to, if you're African American black, I want you on the panel. If you don't agree with Shakur Stevenson, identifying, embracing with who he is as a half black, half Puerto Rican, I want you on the panel as well. We want some education. We need to nip this in the mud. I said in the mud. And we need to really come with a understanding, a solution of what's going on. What is this energy? I want to know what's the energy. Why do people get mad when a Dominican says, I'm Dominican, but no, you black. But I'm Dominican. No, I'm Dominican, but you black, because I've seen it and I dropped the video. I've seen that interview with Jocelyn Hernandez. You already know Jocelyn Hernandez from Hip Hop Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that. The stripper, Puerto Rican, but she was talking to DJ Envy and Charlamagne the Devil, right? And she was trying to embrace. She was a Puerto Rican saying what certain blacks wanted her to say. But guess what? Those type of blacks didn't want her to actually say it. Jocelyn Hernandez was saying, I was born in Puerto Rico and I'm Puerto Rican. I speak Spanish, but I'm black. She said, I'm black. You know, I teach my daughter, we black. You know what I'm saying? And then DJ Envy, who is black, it said, man, she said, you confused. And she said, why? And he said, because you're Puerto Rican. She got stuck. You know why she got stuck? Because I know she's gotten what I've gotten and what other Latino people have gotten. She's gotten probably a lot, especially even living in Atlanta or maybe whatever, when she moved out here, she's gotten that you're black. You're a black girl. So she wants to show that, yeah, I am black. You know what I'm saying? We from Puerto Rico, we all black as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, when she's trying to give in, she's trying to give, but the black's like, no, you Puerto Rican. Sometimes, and that's what it is. That's the confusing part. That's one that people want to micromanage. They want to rule who you should identify. They want to pick and choose. They want to tell you when can you embrace who you really are. He said, no, you're confusing. She said, why? Because you're Puerto Rican. She's still stuck because in reality, she knows she just should have said she's Puerto Rican. Don't give in. Mama, tú eres puertorriqueña. Tú eres bella. Ese culazo que tú tienes también. Una galleta que le doy al culo de ella también, que está buena la tipa. Pero she was trying to give in, right? And you see certain Latino be like, yo, we black. Sometimes people want to pick and choose when you black and when you Latino. It happens. It happens in the Latino community as well within other Latinos. Let's not forget the infamous, David Benavidez is not really Mexican. He's not really Mexican. Remember, he's Ecuadorian. He's not really a Mexican. But they do that for narrative. They do it for narratives and stuff like that. People are just evil that way. So it happens in the Latino community as well. Let's not forget A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez is Dominican descent, just like I'm a Dominican descent, right? And Alex Rodriguez wanted to play for the USA. He declined to play for the Dominican national team, and he played for the USA. The Dominicans went in on Alex Rodriguez. Yet I remember before that, even Dominicans used to be like, Alex Rodriguez is not really is not a real Dominican. I used to get that from Dominican myself. Tú no dominicano de verdad. Tú no dominicano, tú americano, tú americano, tú americano. Tú americano. Alex Rodriguez, because he declined to play for the Dominican national team, he played for the USA, and they look at him like he's not a real. They were shaming him, but y'all was shaming him before he even chose that. Then when he chose to play for the USA, no, you Dominican. But you be, yeah, motherfuckers was clowning him that he's not Dominican, that he was an American. And then the second try, he was going to play for the USA as well, for the Dominican national team, because he said he wanted to do it for his mother. So I'm not saying this is just a black with Latino. This also a Latino, just like a black and a black. There's conservative black and there's liberal blacks, right? You know, I know the difference. But if Shakur Stevenson, it don't matter at what time in his life that he found out or he felt the need to embrace his Puerto Rican side, to show homage to his dad that probably he never saw, never met like that. But remember, he got siblings as well. Remember, before one of the fights, he's happy to meet his sister, his Puerto Rican side. And he gave her tickets and he was chilling with his sister. And maybe because with the siblings, it also makes you be proud of that you are Puerto Rican. He's proud. He wants to embrace it. He is embracing it. Why do y'all got a problem with it? If he's half Puerto Rican, half black, why you have to say, oh no, he's black? What? Why? Why? You don't want to say that? You don't want him to say that he's Puerto Rican? Huh? Are you jealous or something? And I'm talking about the haters. I'm talking about not now and this. I'm talking about the black folks that be telling him that you're not Puerto Rican and you just black. What's the problem? What is the issue? What is the issue? I want to know. Let's break it down. Let's put it this way. All right, let's scratch everything else. Let's go down to the nitty gritty. People want to play that game. Do y'all want to play that game? Let's play the game. How many black folks consider themselves African American? How many black folks consider themselves as African American? How many black folks recognize themselves as African American? Because let's go down that route. Let's go down that road. And I'm gonna give you the opportunity. Anybody that want to talk about this, I'm gonna give you the opportunity. How many black folks you know recognizes themselves as African American? Come on, folks. Help me out in the chat. How many black folks identify? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry with the super chats. I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry. HLD con los 5 pesos. They super chat. Happy Independence Day to all of Mexicanos. Mexico. For the Mexican people. Feliz día de la independencia para todo mi gente mexicano. Que viva México, cabrones. México. Así mismito, mi hermano. Good looking out with the 5 pesos. Super chatty parike. Enrique M said, I'm proud to be Latin. We are the most diverse people. Preach, Enrique. That's when I see it from my perspective as Latino. Come on, what are you talking about, right? We are the most diverse people. Yes. From white all the way to blackity dack. Yeah. So we don't have no problems. People have a problem with us identifying. There's certain people that just don't like other people loving themselves. They have a problem with Shakur Stevenson identifying who he is, who his father is? What world are we living in? What is this jealousy, this pettiness, what is it? Now I'm going to ask y'all again, how many black people recognize themselves as African American? Because people say that Shakur Stevenson never knew his dad. He never grew up being Puerto Rican. He don't even know how to speak Spanish, people say. Is that right? So if those are the reasons why you feel Shakur Stevenson shouldn't recognize, shouldn't embrace, shouldn't celebrate, shouldn't identify with being Puerto Rican, now why you identify as an African American? Because you don't speak African languages. You ain't never been to Africa. You don't know your great daddy. So why do certain blacks, those recognized as African American? I'm giving you the same reason not to recognize as an African American, just like you given the same reason that Shakur Stevenson not to recognize being Puerto Rican. Let's play that game. Let's play the game. If Shakur Stevenson is not real Puerto Rican, it's not real Puerto Rican because he don't speak the language, because he wasn't raised in that culture. Huh? He shouldn't identify. He should have recognized it. So why you recognizing yourself as an African American then? Because you ain't never been to Africa. You don't know the languages out there, different languages in Africa. Huh? You don't know the culture out there. So why you say I'm African American? Why you say you African? You don't know nothing about Africa, just like you feel like Shakur Stevenson don't know nothing about no Puerto Rico. Oh, now, oh, Punch, you got a point now, Punch. Shit, like, yeah, let Punch humble your ass. Let Punch drum box and humble your ass. Let me humble y'all. Jackie Hernández con los 10 pesos de Super Chari Chari Party que a comprar comida china today. La reina de boxeo. Am I saying something? Am I saying something? Brian Guzman in the building. What's good, Brian Guzman in the building. Am I saying something ignorant? Do I sound ignorant? No. Let's go back to those who feel that Shakur Stevenson shouldn't be recognized and identified and celebrate and embrace being Puerto Rican because he never knew his daddy, because he never experienced the culture at home. So why do you embrace yourself being African American? Because you don't know your daddy. Your daddy ain't African. You ain't nothing. You don't know the language. Huh? So who are you? What are you? See, this is what I see. And this is how I'm going to identify. And this is my belief. Everybody's entitled to believe what they want to believe. I'm going to say it again. I'm only speaking the language of this society for y'all to understand me. But in all actuality, ain't no such thing as black and ain't no such thing as white. White is if you describe yourself as white, it's because you don't know who you are. The same thing with black. If you call yourself a black man, it's because you don't know what to identify with. So you say you're black as a crayon. You're a crayon. Because ain't nowhere in this world is called black or white. So what are you? And because you're getting mad that other people could actually say what they are, who they are, because they could go back to an origin and it lets them know, or they identify with a culture or a nationality. Tell me. See, look, ladies and gentlemen, see what Americans have to do. And I gotta say this to a lot of Americans. Americans out here, you have to leave this country and travel the world. Because you will come to find out when you travel the world, you go to different parts of the world, they don't speak with crayon language. They don't speak like black, white, red, green, and yellow. They know. Certain a lot of issues outside of this country, it's been religious issues, religious war, just like I said earlier, Yugoslavian with the Bosnian, Croatian, stuff like that, Muslim, Christians. You know what I'm saying? Had nothing to do with color. You think Ukraine and Russia has to do with you? Some people in America be like, yo, that's white problems. You think Russia see Ukraine as whites and Ukraine sees Russians as white? No. ¿Qué es esa vaina? See, I'm going to tell you the truth right here. And a lot of you going to get your feelings hurt, but this is the truth. If you still calling yourself white or black, you still in the hamster wheel. You still in the hamster wheel. You're a robot. You're a robot. Because ain't no such thing as white and black. Ain't no such thing. But I'm going to speak the language so y'all can understand me. In reality, there's no such thing as black and white, my brothers. And the more that you refer yourself as white or black, You telling me you don't know who you are, you haven't done education about yourself. That's the truth. See, calling yourself, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me right quick. Listen. This is going to hurt your feelings. It's going to hurt your feelings. But it is what it is. The truth sometimes hurts. Calling yourself black is the equivalent of Malcolm putting the X behind his name. Calling yourself black is the equivalent of Malcolm putting the X in the end of his name. And if everybody knows why did Malcolm X put that X behind Malcolm, now you understand what I'm saying. Because there's no such thing as black and there's no such thing as white. So when somebody says he's Puerto Rican and you're like, yo, but my man, you black. He's telling you he's within his culture, his people, his tribe, if you want to call it tribe. It's just like in Africa, everybody black, but they identify with different tribes. That's what it is. It's just tribe. But they know their tribe. Back before people mentioned each other's black, they was calling Negroes. So what happened? Who was the first person to identify themselves as black? And then it created this new name, this new phenomenon of people identifying with black, because before it was Negro. There's Afro-Latino, but when did Afro-Latino came about? Afro-Latino came about in the 70s, in the 80s, because people was wearing Afro. Same thing, Afro-American. If you know the origin of how blacks used to identify themselves, or African American, Negroes, whatever y'all want to say, it changed. It changed from Negroes, color, black, African American. There are certain black people that don't want to identify themselves as African American as well. There's certain Latinos, even the chick that I'm talking about, Jocelyn Hernandez, in that interview with the Breakfast Club, said that she's not Afro-Latina. So for those who don't understand, for those certain black folks that like to chastise and like to discredit or like to create some type of uncomfortable conversation or situation when you want to micromanage and you want to control how a Latino, a particular Latino that could be Puerto Rican, or Dominican, and Cuban, wants to identify it and wants to say, when you ask him what is he, and he says Cuban, but he comes from has the skin complexion like me, and you tell him, no, you're black. Latinos ain't dumb, okay? Latinos just know who they identify themselves with. They could tell you they could tell you I'm Dominican. They could tell you they're Mexican. They could tell you they're Ecuadorian. They could tell you, even in South America, they could tell you I'm Brazilian. They could tell you I'm from Paraguay. They could tell you all this stuff. But you're telling me you're black. What is black and what is white? What is black and what is white? Is white what? Irish? If you Irish, then say you Irish. You think white was white? Italian to you? He's Italian. What was white to you? Croatian? He's Croatian. And that's the issue. So again, before I open up the panels, I'm gonna send the link. Whoever want to chop it up, because I'm not saying, this is my perspective. This is my perspective. Why the hell does anyone have a problem with Shakur Stevenson identifying or what his mother and his father is? Jesse Jackson came up with the African American. Exactly. I know I know around the time it came out, and that's what I'm saying. That if you know the history, especially in this country, because this country is the one that started this little coloring book and stuff like that. And we know the background. We know why certain things were the way it was, and why there's certain terminologies right out there, right? Hey, let me tell you like this. There was some black folks that were slave owners too. So even when we talk about slavery, what are we talking about? The majority of the slave owners were white. But go check the history as well. Hey, go to the African American Museum as well in Washington, D.C. There was black slave owners as well. There's certain history that people just don't want to talk about because it defeats the purpose. If you understand what I'm talking about, it defeats the purpose. There was white slaves in America as well. Go deeper into the history. A matter of fact, if you know the history, and I don't want to turn this to a history class. But there's an African American museum out here in Rockland County, and they have information of Italians, the slaves when they came into the North, that Italians was below blacks as slaves. I'm learning this in the African American Museum with Africans. I don't want you to be like, oh no, you don't think punch drop in Washington D.C. This African museum is run by the whites. Well, come out here in Rockland County. There's the African American Museum, and they'll teach you at a time in New York City when the slaves came through them ships and stuff like that in New York, that the Italians was looked below than the African Americans or blacks or whatever you want to call yourself. Don't take my word. I'm just doing my education. I'm just here to learn. If y'all don't believe me, come to Rockland. Go Google African American Museum, Rockland County, Haverstraw. Go ahead. And then you go make your trip, take your trip out there, and boom. I took my son, my 6-year-old son, and in the Washington, D.C., African American Museum, I took my oldest son, my teenage son. We're about education out here. We're about education. We're about education. In this society, Irish were called the N-word. Yep. Yeah. See, people have this. What it is. You have to understand that this society, this community, this society, especially with the media, politicians, this is a hustle. Racism, all this is a hustle. It can never end. You know why? Because the race issue, the race indifferences, police brutality, all this division. Why we always used to say divide and conquer? Race is race, classism, but race is America's bread and butter. Do you understand? It will never change. Every 4 years, you don't see the rotation. Just think about it. Or the rotation, they're gonna give you police brutality moments. They're gonna give you a story that says white beating black because it can never be around. Remember, they can't. It's not real business if it's black versus white. You notice? You notice that when in New York City, there was like a time where you always was seeing a black person beating up an Asian woman, a Chinese woman, right? Remember, everything was starting out with the hashtag stop Asian hate, right? But they never reported as a racial crime. They never reported like that. It could only be if something is against black. So if a black shoots a cop and the cop is white, they won't say it's race related. If a black beats up an Asian person, it's not race related. If a black beats up a Latino, it's not race related. If it's the other way around, that's when they're going to print it out, make some money because that is their bread and butter. The bread and butter is to keep you emotional. The bread and butter is to keep you emotional, keep you hating. Why do you think they still putting out slave movies out there? How can we move on with society? They keep putting it out there. They're talking about it. Look what Deion Sanders said the other day, and shout out to Deion Sanders, Colorado Buffalo and stuff like that. But even when he said people are threatened by what he said. What was the exact word? He said people are threatened by confident black people. I think now I think blacks certain in this country are fighting a war that they already won. They're in the ring, but nobody's wants to fight. You understand what I'm saying? There's certain black folks that they're in the boxing ring. I'm not talking about this, I'm just talking about in general, retro speaking. They in the ring trying to fight. That's it. You run the fight. Even white people are scared to use the N-word. You won the fight. There's certain things that you want. There's certain things that you fought for that you won. There's certain things that people have fought for, they won, but they've been fighting for so long, they think they're still fighting. That's it. Y'all don't understand that. Look at the YTBC. Look at the YouTube boxing community. You don't think that the people capitalizes off race? There's channels out there that you and I know that that's their bread and butter. Race. Some of them already quit. You know why? Because it's nothing left. It's no narratives left when it comes to race baiting. It's no narrative left. Deontay Wilder lost. Earl Spence and Bud Crawford was the biggest fight they fought. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing left. There's no race. Devin Haney beat Loma. That's it. They got nothing to talk about. They could talk about boxing, but it wasn't about boxing. You understand what I'm saying? HLD Colombia Peso said this colorism bullshit is an American phenomenon. Facts. That has folks all fucked up, confused with the identity crisis, especially the foundation of Black Americans. Latino identified by heritage and culture only. Facts, facts, facts. I got to read it again. And then, of course, I want you to say, I'm going to read this again because this is facts. This is reality. What HOD just said is reality in America. The colorism bullshit in American phenomenon that has folks all fucked up, confused with identity crisis, especially the foundation of Black Americans. Latinos identified by heritage and culture only. Facts. Since us Latinos come in all different shades and colors, we don't pay attention to that. We don't pay attention to that. You can look at my immediate family. You can look at my immediate family. My son got blonde hair, blue eyes. My daughter got light brown hair. My eyes. My other son got good curly hair, tan like me. My mom, beautiful Black queen. My grandmother, blacker than my mama. My dad, a shade darker than me. I'm the lightest. And my both parents is darker than me. If you see my family picture, you'd be like, damn, this is what you call a melting pot. Do you think that, I'm going to tell you like this, I'm keeping it real. In my household, born and raised, my grandmother, my mother, my father, race, color was never an issue. Never talked about. My mother didn't say, yeah, you better watch outside because, there's racist cops out there. Never. Never did my folks ever made me feel that like I'm lower than other and I got to watch out for other people that's in the upper level. That's going to take away what I want. That's going to take away my drive. That's going to take away my accomplishment. That's going to take away and it's going to stop me and not going to let me achieve what I want to achieve. Never. I thank my parents for that because my parents wasn't weak. And they could have said that to me just like other parents will say. My folks never said you got to work 3 times as hard to earn what you need to earn. Never. Never. That's some weak shit. Never made me feel a cop is going to do something to you because, hey, hijo, tú sabes que tú sabes eso, tú sabes. Never. Never. My grandmother came out here in the 70s and stuff like that, was working on Sesame Street, she used to work with the puppets. My grandmother came out here. Went from Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico, because back in the days, if you understand, the Dominicans used to come to America through Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? They never see. Yeah, people would be like, "Hey, yo," I remember back in the days, people you'd be like, "Oh, you came in a banana boat. You came in a banana boat." No, 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 no. I'll tell you where the banana hole was what was going. The Dominicans took the banana boat to Puerto Rico, and then we came good over here. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. Everybody knows. See, I'm gonna tell you something about Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans in the island, we love each other. Yo, we love each other. The Dominicans and Puerto Ricans from the island. I've been in Puerto Rico. I've been in Dominican Republic. Yo, they in Puerto Rico, they love Dominicans, bro. They love the Dominicans. Yo, daddy. And I've been in the hood in Puerto Rico. Hood. They love Dominicans. And in Puerto Rico and in Dominican Republic, they love Puerto Rico. It's only here that you have this little tension, this little New Yorican, Dominican things and stuff like that. It's just like over here. If I call the Mexican the Ecuadorian, they get tight. You know what I'm saying? You got them underlying type of, you feel me? Jackie, and I said black bashing. Nothing he's saying is bashing anybody. He's just telling the truth. Thank you, Jackie. I ain't bashing anyone. I'm also holding the Latino community accountable. I'm just telling you about my perspective. At the end of the day, I'm a Latino that could speak about certain things. I'm a Latino with this color. So, hey, I could identify myself with what I want. Tomorrow, I could say I'm straight black. Tomorrow, I could say Latino. Because of my color, I could live and I could experience certain stereotypes. And I know. I'm in New York City, bro. I live with everybody, so I know every stereotype. I know all the cultures. I know the beauty of different cultures. I know who they might not like. I know their hygiene, bro. That's living in New York City. We have that because we are surrounded by everybody. I'm from Harlem, so Manhattan. Come on, I know it all. Even the hygiene, bro. Sometimes, hey, let's be real. Sometimes los judíos, no, they don't wear deodorant. It's something about it. There's some Middle Eastern people que no le gustan to wear the deodorant. It is what it is. It's just sunlight. Even the hygienes you understand about different type of cultures. Certain black chicks, you know what I'm saying? They wash their hair like once a week, once 2 weeks. They wear a lot of weaves and a lot of. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I'm just keeping it real. There's some Latinas like that as well. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. The food is different. The portion is different. The way that we eat pork, the Latinos, we eat a mountain of rice. Mountain eat con la salsa, beans and all that. Man, we eat a mountain. There's other cultures that they eat and they eat little portions, and that's why they don't gain weight. Yes, so sometimes how many fat Chinese people you ever met? How many fat Chinese people you ever met in your life? Barely, because they eat with a little small portion with a little sticky stick. And Chinese people in New York City, they don't eat what they selling as well. Go eat some chicken wing and por favor. Hey, mama, why I never see you eat por favor and chicken wing? No, I don't eat that. Every time you order something in the Chinese store and stuff like that, they be eating in the back and they eat that. They eat them little soup. They eat. I'll be like, every time. Trust me, I grew up. But come on, man. The Chinese happy world at 175th, those are my peoples. And I'm like, damn, you never eat General House chicken. You never eat nothing like that. Why y'all be eating some good food? Y'all never eat what y'all selling. What the fuck y'all selling us? Right? It's culture. Oh no, that's no Chinese. That's really no Chinese food. Ain't no Chinese food. We don't eat that garbage. We don't eat that sodium. I used to be so cool with the Chinese, with the Chinese people that we used to cook my food. I used to be like, "Mama, don't put too much salt," because I even know. They even taught me how to do. I was so cool with the Chinese people back, man. They even taught me how to do the garlic chicken with the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Sugar, honey, soy, salt, and be like, damn, it take all of this to make that little good taste. Honey, sugar, soy milk, not soy milk, I'm sorry. The soy sauce, honey, sugar, salt, and there's a spoon, sugar, honey, soy. And oh my god, and then with the broccoli and stuff, I used to do all of that, man. I used to, come on, bro. Yeah, Damien said, and I'd be like, yo, Damien. Hey, yo, I don't know my brother, my best friend Tree looking on. So Tree is black, right? And I said, yo, let's go to my grandmother's crib and stuff like that. My grandmother, I'm gonna tell you something about my grandmother. My grandmother give you some food and you say no, she look at you like that's a disrespect. If you don't want food, and my grandmother got, and you know, grandmother's house, they got a lot of food, and they got like yesterday's food and 2 days ago food in the refrigerator. If you ever go to grandmother's refrigerators, you already know it's always packed with some food from yesterday, from the other day. ¿Tú quieres espagueti? Lo tenemos. Yo todavía tengo espagueti from Thursday. No está bueno. And you got pastel in the in the freezer. In the freezer, you got some Goya Maltas. You know what I'm saying? In grandma's house, hey, yo, we don't throw out food. That's one thing. We do not throw out food. Got to put that shit in the freezer if it's going to be there. When you cook this, I've cooked this last month, but it was in the freezer. Steady gains in the building. Steady gains. Got all best on the super cha. Go look at that. It sound good as up. Yeah, man, try it. I've done it before. And then what you do, you put it in the plastic bag sometimes and stuff. And you put the chicken after you fry it. Cal said, Latinos keep the fresh food. Yep. Coffee all the time. You know, when you go to your grandmother's house, it always smell like coffee. Because every time there's some company coming over, she got coffee. Even if the, you know, remember back in the days and stuff like that, the guy from Con Edison, he'll come and check the gas meter and stuff like that. ¿Tú quieres café? Café Bustelo. Smell like Café Bustelo in grandma's house. Right? But it's a beauty in every culture. It's a beauty in every culture. There's certain pros and not pros and cons, but there's some things that, look, I rock more with the Japanese culture than the Japanese culture. You know what I'm saying? I like my Korean people. Ooh, Korean food, good. There's certain cultures that don't want to mix. They want to preserve their self. Chinese people aren't like that. Chinese people want to preserve themselves. There's nothing bad about that. There's nothing bad about that. How many times anybody had a girlfriend from another culture and stuff like that, and it's good in the beginning? It's good in the beginning, but then you be like, damn, I feel comfortable with my own culture porque esta tipa no entiende nada. All right? I remember my grandmother. See, this is my grandmother. My grandmother be like, you know what, my this is how my grandmother raised us, and that's why I'm so grateful for my grandmother. Shout out to my grandmother and stuff like that. Her birthday was on the 12th of September. She said, "You think I came to this country?" She says, "Why you guys don't date?" She used to tell the guys, like me, my brother, and my cousins and stuff like that. She said, "Why you guys don't date outside the race? Look at this. Look at America. Look at the world. There's so much. Why would she used to be like, why would you date another Dominican girl? Like, there's so many options. My grandmother's that cool. Like my grandmother's in the 90s, but she's so relevant." She's so relevant. That's what my grandmother used to say. ¿Por qué ustedes están con la misma tipo? Pero con una gringa, una china, una thing. That's my grandmother. She said, the world is so big. Why stay stuck with your own? But then, then I start dating outside the race, right? And then my grandmother be like, ay, Dios, man. Quisiera que tu mujer sabía español, because my grandmother likes to talk and my grandmother is funny. Like, yo, if people talk about my charisma, I got it from my grandma. My grandmother's a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? And then she used to be like, date other people from different race. Like, that's boring. That sucks. Like, you guys like to just date Dominicans or Latinos, you know, on the come up while we was young and teenagers and stuff like that. And then when you start bringing other ethnicity, my grandmother started trying to talk and she's selling some jokes, and the chicken just don't get it. And she's like, Eddie, ¿por qué tú no enséñale a ella a hablar español como yo te enseñé a usted? You know what I'm saying? You know, and one thing about my grandmother, what she cares about, ella sabe cocinar. Ella sabe cocinar. Tú le enseñaste a ella. See, that's one thing about my grandmother. My grandmother want to make sure that we eating good, and whatever woman that you with, that she know how to cook. Man, and my grandmother seen a woman that don't know how to cook and stuff like that. My grandmother be like, mira esa mujer. Es una mujer. Matter of fact, my grandmother don't even think that you're a woman if you don't know how to cook. My grandmother just come from, I mean, she's traditional, she's trend, she understands the trend, but she's traditional as well. My grandmother used to be my grandmother be like, no man deserves to be in the kitchen. So when it was like get-togethers and stuff like that, my grandmother makes her daughters, which is my mom and my aunts, or my girl cousins, and rest in peace, my girl cousin Lucy. She only wants them to clean the dishes. Like, she knew the role. We ain't never gonna have women like that, man. My girl knew the role. The men don't belong in the kitchen. But I'm gonna say it like this about my grandmother. My grandmother believed at 7 a.m. everybody should be up working. If you ain't going to school, you working. She won't let nobody sleep at 7 a.m. She won't let nobody. If you don't have a job, she'll wake you up and say, you better go look for a job. 7 a.m. You still sleeping? My grandmother has a problem. If it's 7 a.m. and you're still in bed, my grandmother has a problem with you. Just different type of cultures, man. Different upbringings as well. At the end of the day, we should respect one another, whatever we identify ourselves with. And I ain't talking about identify with each other, like identify when confuse identity crisis, like men that think that they're women. We ain't talking about EJ. We ain't talking about Magic Johnson's son. That's mentally illness. That's Bellevue Hospital mental ish. We ain't talking about Dwayne Wade's son. That's mental illness. We ain't talking about Bruce Jenner that after 60, after being a great grandfather, he wants to be a woman and stuff like that. See, that's cycle. That's America too. That wants to embrace that. That gives those confused men Women of the Year awards. You know what I'm saying? They identifying with, that's an identity crisis. Well, Shakur is not an identity crisis. He's embracing and recognizing who he is, and now re-educating himself. Now, maybe back then he didn't know his father, and maybe he's grown. Maybe Shakur Stevenson, and put it this way, maybe he didn't understand his father's moves back then. And now that he's a father, and shout out to Shakur Stevenson and his beautiful daughter, now that he's a father, maybe he's like, I don't know probably my father's whole story. I'm only going from one perspective. And now he's meeting other family members probably that could tell him about his dad. See, sometimes when you don't grow up with your dad, and there's a lot of people I know that didn't grow up with their dad, and they resent their dad because they never was there or things of that nature. And the only story that you get is your mother's story. Fuck your dad left and blah, blah. She ain't never going to tell you she did something bad to him or she made him leave, even though a man got to be strong and stay and provide for his children. But even I learned in the old age, there's women out there that it gets to a point for you to save yourself and save the situation, you got to leave. There's women that provoke men to think and do something that there's men to save themselves and save themselves for what they might do that could put them in jail. They leave the situation. I know situations like that. That doesn't mean I respect it, but I understand it. I don't respect it, but I understand it. There's certain people that just can't control themselves. They think they're going to do something bad to this. So they just, you know what? I don't want to be in this situation, because even when I'm with my child, I'm not happy in this situation. I'm going to do something. 2 minutes. I got you, Low Nose Box, and everybody else. So what I'm saying is, I want the people on the panel, let me know whether you're Latino, Black, whoever. What is the issue? Why is an issue for Shakur Stevenson to recognize and identify and embrace his Puerto Rican side? Rock the Puerto Rican flag. Why you have to say he's just doing it for the money? He's doing it for the market. And even if he's doing it for, let's say if he does it for the market, he has the right to do it for the market because he is Puerto Rican. He has the right to capitalize off his name. He has a right to capitalize off the legacy of his father, which is his legacy as well. Just like Adonis Stevenson in the movie, not Adonis Stevenson, Adonis Creed capitalized off his father's name. Just like Mike Tyson's children capitalizing off him. Just like Nico Ali capitalized off his grandfather, Muhammad Ali. Just like, who cares? Or he's just using the Puerto Rican because he is going to help the Puerto Rican fan base, going to help him. So what? He's Puerto Rican. He has the right to do it. He has the right to use it. It's when somebody else that's not even Puerto Rican or somebody else that's not even Mexican is trying to pander and stuff like that and use it. That's different else. He is Puerto Rican. He has the right. He has the right to raise that flag. So I'm going to open up the panel. I'm going to send the link right now. Let me know what y'all think. Let's have a dialogue. Ain't even about fight. Let's have a dialogue. Let me know when I'm wrong. Let me know where I'm wrong. Educate me. Educate me. Hold on. What the hell happened? Hold on. Give me a shit. What's good, Rap? Saw boxing out. I saw you earlier. What's good? What's good, Rap? Peace. Let me know what is going on here, and we could talk also more than just the Coda, dímelo.
PR in the house, baby. You know what's up.
Puerto Rico! Coda. What's going on, bro? Boricua, what's going on? They trying to say that Shakur Stevenson, there's people out there that's proud of Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, he's embracing us. Yeah, he's our Puerto Rican, star. You know what I'm saying? We stand with Shakur Stevenson. There's other Puerto Ricans that don't like it. Let me know what you think, bro.
I mean, I feel the same way he feel. Like, like he said he would love to go to PR, and perform for us out there and all that. And he's gonna rep it, and whoever wants to accepts him, and whoever doesn't. Like, whoever doesn't accept him is just like, nigga, listen, I was raised in PR. I went out there to PR. I moved back to New Jersey, to Patterson. Then I went back to PR at like 10, 11 years old. And I went out there to school, and I speak perfect Spanish. And motherfuckers was calling me gringo, bro. So I know how niggas out there get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be like, oh, you a boricua from out there, de allá afuera. Dicen, tú eres boricua de allá afuera. Like, you're not from over here. You know what I'm saying? So I know how they get down. So I know, like, it's some, like, Guala motherfuckers that is ignorant like that. Like, nah, you're not from over here, so you're not Puerto Rican. Like, bro, like, that shit is ignorant, really. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. That's actually the word. It's ignorance.
Yeah, it's ignorance, bro. I mean, but, like, I feel like how Shakur feel, man. Like, he gonna rep it. Whoever want to accept him. Whoever doesn't. At the end of the day, he gonna beat a whole lot of motherfuckers up. So I bet a whole lot of motherfuckers gonna jump right on that wagon. I bet.
Facts. Low nose boxing in the building. Low nose, another Boricua. Bori. Háblame.
Pa' que tú lo sepas, tú sabes. Ahora mismo, yo, just like Homeboy was just saying, man, I've seen both sides. You know what I'm saying? I've been around racism within my own kind. I've been around racism within blacks. I've been around it all, bro. I've been, when I was younger, I've been in a couple of institutions, and I remember being around Puerto Ricans. And there's different type of Puerto Ricans. There's Puerto Ricans that's cool, and then you got Spics. You know what I'm saying? Like the old school, like the Tecatos. You know what I'm saying? Them old school niggas, like they still got the mentality like, yo, we all gotta stick together. Nobody else, bro. You know what I'm saying? They talk like that. And I remember being in institutions. One of my best friends in there was a Moreno from Long Island by the name of Leroy Poole. Shout out to him wherever you at right now. And they were mad that I was cool with them, and they wanted me to join the Latin Kings, the Nietas, and all that. Dog, I didn't grow up like that, man. I wasn't trying to take that route, So, but on the flip side to it, there's also a lot of racism going on because there's black fans that accept Shakur Stevenson, and then there's black fans that are actually turning against Shakur Stevenson because he's embracing his Puerto Rican side. Just like there's Puerto Ricans that are actually embracing Shakur Stevenson, and then you got the Puerto Ricans that's like, no, he's not Puerto Rican. And those are the same type of Puerto Ricans. Well, not all the Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico are like that, but a lot of times they be shitting on us. Like, yo, you a New York Rican, you a Philly Rican, tú no habla mucho español. Come on, I talk Spanish, but my Spanish ain't perfect. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And with the boxing community, it's not even the boxers that's racist, bro. It's a lot of the fans because the internet has given a voice to the voiceless, to people that don't have the heart to say that to a person's face. So they go behind a keyboard or an avatar and start talking crazy. Like somebody tweeted that we can keep Shakur Stevenson. Like, come on, bro.
And with
Stay
the coon,
Shakur.
with the coon.
Yeah, the raccoon. Yeah, like Shakur Stevenson saying that he can't claim Puerto Rican is like telling Michael B. Jordan in Creed, you can't use the name Creed, but his father's Apollo Creed. Shakur Stevenson is Puerto Rican and African American, and that's that, bro. He's rocking with us, and he's rocking with them also, bro.
In jail, I ain't gonna lie though. Let me say, comment on that. In jail, in the pen is it is like a little different like that. You know what I'm saying? And the pen is definitely like that. Like, I mean, I don't know for sure recently in any state prisons or anything, but I know for sure, like, that's always been a thing. Just nietas and nietas are a penitentiary. You know what I'm saying, gang, that they originally got together to set standards and control in a prison, but it was all like Spanish.
It's its own society and how to survive in there. It's its own society. It's like jail is like still living in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
HLD, the building was good. HLD was good. Let's hear what HLD and what he feels about it. Shout out to Coda. Shout out to Low Nose Boxing. Shout out to HLD.
Yo, this is a topic that could get really deep. And look, we're already talking about pen life, and we know it gets deep. But even in the pen, blacks and Puerto Ricans, we just rock together. That's how we stick it through in the pen, and that's the way it is. At least in the New York life, that's just the way the fuck it is. Right, it's new, right? You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. We just rock together. But
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying. But I mean, we could get really deep into this shit, and it'll be a forever conversation about society and this fucked up American culture that we got here. Now, when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, you know what I mean? It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Yeah, we got some knuckleheads out there in the Latino community, like Broadway Joel, who I had to cook.
This boy? I'm sorry, HLD, but what's good with this El Domi Moreno, bro? Like, yo, Punch, he been wilding all live for real. Like,
we'll get to him.
That's I'm highlighting. So again,
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
There's so many.
It's okay. We're not. I want everybody who's got a say on whatever side of the spectrum to come out. Show your motherfucking colors.
Word.
We can talk about this.
Word. El Domi Moreno, get on the panel.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. But let me get through my shit here. It's a utmost disgrace of what I'm seeing going on. Like I said, I had to cook this Broadway Joe. I thought he's a pretty cool guy. He has a decent channel. He brings in a lot of the Dominican people up to his channel, and God bless him for that. But I got on one of his spaces, and he's got a problem with y'all Puerto Ricans claiming, that's his words, Y'all Puerto Rican claiming, because that came into his own. He was saying De Los Santos is going to do this. He's saying De Los Santos is Lomachenko style fighter, and he's got the power. He's going in on the guy being okay. Hey, good for him. You want to praise him that way. But I'm like, hey, man, my Jersey Rican's is gonna come and put hands on him. Oh, what's up with y'all? What's up with y'all Ricans, man? Y'all can claim Shakur Stevenson. What you mean is that y'all can claim? He claims it. That's who he is.
He brought it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing, right?
Or not,
And so when he did that, bro, I mean, es una vergüenza, bro. Because look, me and all the panels that I've been, me and Punch, hey, we've been rocking here for a minute. I've never been into some shit like that where yo, dominicano, puertorriqueño, estamos por una mierda, somos mejores que tú.
Yeah,
but this
no,
guy,
that's dumb shit, man.
That none of that. But this man has that jealousy, the jealousy factor in him and shit. Or I don't know what the
man,
fuck.
A Puerto Rican probably fucked his bitch.
I think with just Broadway, if Broadway want to come on the panel as well, he can come on the panel. I don't think there's in my opinion, me, Bennett, me. I don't think there's an issue.
And so, it shouldn't be. We have there's a good friendly rivalry. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Pero coño, bro, mi familia es dominicana también. Mi familia es cubano. Mi familia es prieto. I got everything. You know what I mean?
Punch, you know what we need on the panel? All due respect. This is not even a panel for it's a panel for anybody. It's your channel. But I'm saying what we need is another African-American boxing fan with their take. That's what we need right now. Not even Broadway.
Anybody.
That's what we need. Not Broadway, Joel, because this ain't even this battle right now.
I want the Puerto Rican, especially because we're talking about Shakur.
No, but
so I want the Puerto Rican. I want the Puerto Rican, the Latino. I want the African Americans. I want the blacks. I want those who agree.
Yeah,
disagree.
Because
so we could really
Punch on boxing is not exclusive. It's inclusive. Anybody can hit that link. You put it out there, you can come rock it.
But hear me out. The type of conversation I was trying to have wasn't this. It wasn't like, oh, I was trying to come up here and argue with a nigga that's over here being racist to my culture. Like the type of conversation I wanted to have was grown men, intelligent conversation. Trading opinions on the subject. You know what I'm saying? Not over here, me having to like get mad at a motherfucker because you're over here talking crazy about my culture. Fucking a Puerto Rican probably fucked his bitch and that's why he's divorced and shit. Over here fucking
right. That type of stupid shit. That type of shit. I got on that space I was talking about, man, with Broadway John. He doesn't even know what Puerto Rico's on the map is. Don't speak Spanish. Like, yo, man, like what the fuck is that up to you, man?
El Domi Moreno, get on the panel. We want it. This is the type of energy that
Punch HLD. Punch HLD. What's the other guy's name?
Coda.
What's up? Yo, listen, we all urban, right? I have friends that are like Shakur Stevenson. They're Moreno and Puerto Rican, and I got some of them that just like Shakur, they grew up more with their black culture, but they have Puerto Rican, and then I have some that grew up with their Puerto Rican culture, but they have black, like Noriega, the rapper, for instance. Noriega's half Boricua, half Moreno. The other rapper from my city, Philadelphia, PD Crack, he's fucking half Puerto Rican, half black. You know what I'm saying? And there's and that shit don't happen. Like in Philadelphia, believe it or not, there's less, not that there's tension between Puerto Ricans and blacks, but for the most part, we all basically united. But for the Philadelphia, it's even more like, because in Philly, they don't really have the blood and crip thing. They don't do that in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they don't.
All the Morenos in Philly that I know are Sunni Muslims. They're Muslims, and then we got the Puerto Ricans. They call us all poppies. You know what I'm saying? I remember having all my Moreno friends coming over to the crib. My mom, my abuelita, cooking for them, making pastelillos and everything. It was all love. And I used to go to their crib, and they always joke around like, yo, we going to the poppy store, because in Philly, they call bodegas poppy store.
This type of separatism, I mean, look, I'm going to speak from what I know. And just like Punch was saying, now we can only know from where we're from. We're from the concrete jungle, right? This is what we know and how it is. And it's one love, man. It's just the way it is. Now, everywhere down south, there's a lot of this brainwashed, separatism. And I'm sorry, foundational Black Americans seem to have just taken up the same fucking mannerisms of those they hate and want to create this divide and shit. And it's fucked up.
At the end of the day, it don't even make sense. Because listen, I'm Puerto Rican, bro, and I'm African, I'm Spaniard, and I'm Taino Indian. That's where my
Amen.
heritage. That's where I originate from. You know, my race originates from those three races. So like, if I don't understand where somebody that's African American, or some people don't even say that they're African American. I've met black people that
Yep.
say they're not African
Yep.
American, bro. So
Me
then what
too.
are
Me
you?
too.
Like,
Me
it don't
too.
make sense. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, how you getting mad at somebody that's African American, and as well as that he's Puerto Rican, just because
If
he
it was the if
you
it was
know
the other way around, this is not trying to stir up racial shit. This is facts. If Shakur Stevenson was what came out on the scene as Puerto Rican, and then later on said, "Yo, I'm half black, by the way," and then Puerto Rican started attacking him like, "Yo, what do you mean you moreno? tú eres boricua, whatever."
I
You
feel
know
like
how
I don't. I feel
you
like
know how
maybe
we
I
be
don't
looked
think
at?
I don't
I
think
don't
that'll
know.
be an uprise, bro. There won't be that. There'll be a couple
No,
knuckleheads. We got knuckleheads,
no,
but
we
that's a
will be
But
looked
for
at
the
minority.
most
racist.
part, that's not
We
the
That's
will
a
be looked
problem.
at as
minority.
racist. We will be looked at as racist. That's what I'm saying. Because it's looking bad. Then a lot of the fans are actually turning against the core just because he came out and said that he's half Puerto Rican and he didn't denounce it. That's
Yo,
corny.
and he
That's what I'm
been
trying to
came
say.
out with a flag, a Puerto Rican flag, like
Yeah,
three
he did
flags
in the
Yo,
ago.
case of,
So I
yeah,
don't know
man.
where all this
my.
coming from out of nowhere.
Let
You
me
know
let me
that. You
let,
know.
let me play the clip right quick where Shakur Stevenson was saying what Coda's saying when I spoke to Steve.
Yeah, let me hear that.
You represent the Puerto Rican fan base as well, and the Puerto Rican fan base been yearning that star power. It's been missing since Trinidad, Kodo. How you feel about representing and bringing that fan base back to where it used to where it used to be? They got their hero. They got a hero to fight to cheer for.
I appreciate them, especially the ones that accept me. Honestly, I look at it like this: if they accept me, I appreciate them, and I would love to do a fight there one day and put on a show for them too.
Look how his eyes lit up when he said, "Man, I would love to fight over." You saw that?
He
That
was
was
excited.
he lit up like, "I would love to fight over
Yo,
there and
I ain't
put on
gonna
a show
lie.
for them."
And
Listen,
I'm gonna say
listen, hear me out real quick.
and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Let me say this right quick because I don't know. We don't know. Sometimes fighters do watch. Sometimes their people's watch, cousin watch. And I'm gonna say this, Shakur, if you're watching, bro, people that don't accept you, man, they got the problem, bro. Because
Facts.
if I was in his shoes and I want to embrace my father, culture, my who I am, half Puerto Rican, half black, and somebody tells me I'm not, I'm not accepted. Can you imagine how you feel? Imagine how he feels. Be like, yo, I'm Puerto Rican, and some Puerto Rican come on, be like, man, you ain't no Puerto Rican, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, that's
That
why I'm
shit,
heated,
Bro,
Punch. That's why I'm
bro,
heated, bro. That's why I'm so fucking heated because you know the amount of courage it took this young man to have to do what he's got to do. I don't know if he's burned bridges within his circles of family, right? We don't know that, and I hope not. I don't think so, right?
I was gonna get into
but
that.
but the courage that it took him to say, "Yo, man, this is what it is." He was on stage when they asked him that question once too, right? And he's like, "Yo, I'm just trying to be authentic. I'm trying to be me. This is who I am, and I'm trying to embrace it." God bless that young man for having to do what he needs to do for himself.
Yeah,
And all I can do is back him up. He is who he is. He se acabó. It's in his blood. It's who he is. He's
yo,
ja.
and the thing is,
puñeta. Hey, Lil,
yo,
hear me
I
out
always,
real quick. So I honestly like knowing knowing that Shakur grew up with his father. I don't know how Shakur thinks about his father. So I don't know if he like blames his father for not being there. I don't know. So I know like that probably growing up, he had a lot of like battles in his mind. You know what I'm saying?
resentments and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Exactly,
Resentment,
man.
trying to figure things out. So maybe like like he didn't grow up like really like presenting himself as a Puerto Rican and stuff like that. But he's a grown man now. He's
Yeah.
himself now. So he's already had that like soul searching to do, and like all them thoughts. Like he's already answered his own questions. And the fact that he is presenting himself as a Puerto Rican, and as well as African American, then we know where he stands at now. You know what I'm saying? So like people that is just denying it, it's like you gotta understand like probably all the shit like that he been through in his head alone. You know what I'm saying? Aside from everybody
Absolutely,
else.
man.
Yo, look at I'm gonna tell you something about my home. My home girl was adopted as an infant. She was brought from Korea to America. She was adopted by white parents, right? Irish and Italian, right? She never met. She was born as an infant. She was adopted. She never met no family in Korea, nothing like that. And I used to be like, yo, we need to go to Korea. Like, we need to, and because that was always her thing. She identified. You said, what is she? What are you, Kim? She like, oh, I'm Korean. She knows. She don't know the language. She never met nobody of her family. She don't know who her father is, her mother is, nothing. But if you ask Kim, yo, what are you? She said Korean.
Yo, Punch, real quick, do me a favor, bro, because some
fools gonna be like, nah, kid, you white. You don't know the culture. You don't know the language. You ain't never met your dad. You ain't never met your mom. Nah,
I just got done telling you I'm 100% Puerto Rican, and I went to Puerto Rico, and that's how they was talking to me. Like, oh, you're a gringo. Tú eres de allá afuera. Tú eres un boricua de allá afuera, tú eres gringo. Like, bro, what you mean? Like, I'm 100% Puerto Rican. I don't even got
what's crazy, brother? You know what's crazy? Family from my father's side, right? They were reaching out to me when I was a kid. They wanted me to go to Puerto Rico. My father wasn't in my life. And I never went over there because I didn't really know them. I didn't know them. You know, even though they wanted me out there, I didn't go. My Spanish got better over the years. Growing up, our Spanish was terrible. I got better with Spanish over time. That doesn't make me less Puerto Rican. And then I recently connected with one of my cousins from Puerto Rico that came out here. I ran into him through Facebook. We connected. He's a good brother. And now he wants me to go out there with him sometime in October, November. And guess what? Just like Shakur's hyped up to go, I'm going to go this time. Does that make me less Puerto Rican because I'm deciding to go later on in life? No, I'm Puerto Rican still at the end of the day. And Punch, one more thing. Do me a favor because I was watching only the first 10 minutes of your live, and then I had to do something. Then I just jumped on now. When I'm going to work tomorrow, and these videos help me kill time at work, please do not delete the live, bro. Please leave it up there. So I can watch it from the beginning, man. Cause I hate when you do that shit, bro. I'm like, damn, man.
Man, you want to read the live? I like to read the live chat. Yeah, I get.
But you know what it is.
I'll be reading the chat. Yeah, I don't pay no mind to them. They ain't got both to call in.
It's not even that. It's that these type of subjects that I be coming. That's what it is. People want to flag me. People report these tough conversations. People can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I know some fools like, look, Punch Records, it's ain't about Puerto Latino black, and then they report.
This motherfucker ain't Puerto Rican.
And then you see the monetization, and you see limited. That's when you know, all right, they on to you.
Right. Let you know, a quick shout out to Mama Stevenson, Grandpa Moses. You know, they raised this young man. He's become the great talent as a boxer through their hands and their raising, and God bless him. Is not to take away or that we're trying to overthrown it, because you know what? Without them, this young man is not here. He's also a Black American, foundational Black American, whatever he is being called nowadays. He is Black also. And it's not to say that, you know, we're trying to deprive him of who he is and nothing like that. Is that, you know what? He's at Puerto Rico, he repped us, and as Puerto Ricans, we will embrace him as one of our own.
That's how
and that's how we are. We are inclusive.
That's how we are.
And that's it. Amen. And nothing more.
That's how we. And one more thing, a thing I was going to say about Shakur, right, being half Puerto Rican. Damn, I'm trying to forget. Fuck, I forgot what I was just gonna say, man. I hate that. Whoever was gonna say something.
I want to ask you real quick. The other night when I asked, did you ever hear firsthand anything like this? Because I want, and you said, no, you didn't.
I've heard bad things from other, like, not channels that I've been on, but I've heard like other channels. Like when he first came out, this is when he fought Concepcion, right? Another channel, and I'm gonna say the name of the channel. I think it was Trill Boxing, something like that.
Oh hell no, we know that.
The one with the girl, the one with the girl, the one with the hoe. So listen, right, they had a video and it says Shakur Stevenson is gonna be Puerto Rico's first pound for pound fighter, right? So I'm like, okay, let me see what they're talking about, because I never seen that video before up to that point. So I clicked on it, and I can tell you some of the stuff that they was going off. CC was going off, and the host of the show said, well, if Shakur wants to be Puerto Rican the day he fights Devin Haney, we're going to look at it as blacks against Puerto Ricans, being that his ass want to be Puerto Rican. I was like, what?
That's people that talk stupid.
Yeah,
shit,
bro. Like I don't understand that.
Think like that. Like, you automatically racist, in my opinion. Like,
that's racist. And a lot of times, like bro. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's a great fighter. Yo, El Domi Moreno. Click the link, bro.
Yeah, he's a clown, bro. He a bozo. He a bozo. But listen, this is what I was going to say. Right, I was having a debate with Listen to this. I was yo. Listen, I
Yo,
was
tú
having.
me tienes
Come
agitado,
on,
bro.
Domi, you making Dominicans look bad out here. Come on.
Hacho,
Come
me
on.
Oh,
You
tienes
got
él
something to
agitado,
say.
bro.
If you
es
got something to say, mi
dominicano.
hermano. Domi, si you got something to say, dilo a la gente. Ven, vamos a hablar. Let's nip this in the bud.
Yo,
You got a
punch
different
and
type of
He
opinion.
said Ricans have the spirit of white woman. What is a white woman? That's
man,
exactly
don't pay
what
no
we're
mind
talking
to
about.
them. Yo,
What's a white
those are
woman?
the
It's a
HLD.
troll, man.
Don't pay no mind to that, bro.
No,
Listen to this.
To be
Ah, que
honest,
me tienen
but to be
cabronado, bro.
no. This is the reason why
Man,
I
that's
did the live. This is the reason I
Coda's
did the,
ready to
I
meter
did
un
the
Yo,
live.
macetazo.
I
bro,
did the
me
I did the
tienen.
live to bring all all this mixed emotions and how people feel from
Hijo de la
different
gran
types.
puta.
It's for them to share it.
Un
To share it.
cabrón
Let's have
ahí.
this dialogue.
And the thing is, let me make this really clear. My energy that I got, that I hate seen by the majority who criticize making a big deal out of Shakur, which have been foundational Black Americans. That same energy I have it for anybody else who's got a problem with it. I don't care if you're Puerto Rican. I don't care if you're Dominican, Cubano, man.
Facts.
I will fucking burn your ass, motherfucker. I'm ready to cook it because that
Yo,
shit is
HL,
not. That's not. I don't fly with that. I
yo,
don't fly with
HLD.
that.
I regained my train of thought. What I was gonna say was this. I was having a conversation with a brother, right? Moreno. We was talking about Shakur Stevenson, and I was saying that Shakur Stevenson, has a Puerto Rican style too. So he was like, "Oh, there's no Puerto Ricans that fight like that." I told him, "Listen, let me
Man,
tell you something
Wilfredo
about
Benitez,
real quick.
pendejo.
Back in the days, right, when the Puerto Ricans did at the most elite time in Puerto Rican boxing history, Puerto Ricans are not the type of fighters that are subjected to just one type of style. When Puerto Ricans were on the scene, we had different styles. We had guys like Camacho that was super athletic with speed. We had power
Wilfredo
punchers like
Benitez.
Tito. Then we have, that's what I was going to say. With Shakur Stevenson has a lot of
Ortiz.
similarities. But Shakur has a lot of similarities to Wilfredo Benitez.
Oh,
How
El
he
Raval,
measures
bro.
distance. Yeah.
Yeah,
He has subtle.
absolutely.
He has subtle head movement where he doesn't really over move. He moves just enough to make you miss, like Wilfredo Benitez. Then we had Trinidad. We had Cotto. We had Ivan Calderon. We're not just.
Y'all seen Sanders Ayers yesterday? Oh
I saw some
my.
of it.
I caught the highlight.
Ah, well,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
caught the
different.
highlight too, bro.
Esa otra.
Finally, because I was like, yo, Xander Zayas, he need to look
Yeah,
special.
for
He
sure.
needed that.
Hey,
He
He
hey,
needed
looks
that.
special.
hey,
Yo,
Yeah,
he's
he looks
hey.
19
special.
years old,
But
bro.
now you gotta let the kid grow. We just want to put the hype machine. We want to call him the Boots Ennis like you guys want to do quickly to these fighters. He's the Gary Antoine Russell, and no, leave him
Nah,
alone.
Boots is
He's gonna
26
grow in.
though.
He's gonna grow into his own, and when he's ready, es tiempo para cosechar.
Okay, all right.
Sander tiene
Let's
19 años. Él es
let's
un
keep
21
chamaco
horas.
todavía.
let's keep the energy. I want y'all to talk about this. I've heard this as well. I've seen a comment
Oh
similar to
my
this on Twitter.
God.
He said, "We don't need Shakur. Puerto Rican has many stars that are 100%, but if he represents Puerto Rico, so be it. I will respect that too." What do you mean about? What do you feel about the first thing he said? We
Yeah,
don't
what you
need
mean we
Shakur.
don't need
That sounds
Shakur?
like a troll, man. That sounds like
Yeah.
that's un pendejo escondido bajo another name,
No, I
bro.
mean, no, but to really analyze that, like, what do you mean we don't need Shakur? It's not about needing anything. Like, dude, the man he didn't choose, he ain't choose to be
Right?
Puerto Rican and black, bro. He is now deciding to embrace his DNA, who he is, bro, his heritage, his origin. That's who he
Yeah,
is. That's what he's made of, bro. He is Puerto
yeah.
Rican and black, African American. That's what he is, bro. So he's just deciding to embrace that and tell us that. Like,
Hey,
this is the problem. Like, what do you mean we don't need him?
es un huele
So
That's
bicho,
when
what
it's
y'all
man.
black.
want him to do? Like put the flag
Hey,
down?
hey,
Don't
hey,
represent.
hey.
Because
I don't, I don't,
comments
I don't
like that
understand.
make
Wait,
it
let me ask him
comments
this.
like that gonna make us
Does
feel like,
he?
oh, like these people are like denying me. Like,
Nah,
black
bro.
people saying, like,
Does
for
that
what?
fool? What's his name? Hector Sanchez. If that's his real name. What does he want us to do with Jasmine Camacho Quinn? Should we just tell her to throw away that gold medal she won for Puerto Rico because she's half Puerto Rican and half black? You know what I mean? I mean, like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all stupid fucks? If you are Puerto Rican and if you are Hector, yo, man, get that dick out your ass, bro. You've been brainwashed by this American culture, separatism, and think that you have to be something of a.
Cabrón, el Domi Moreno, cágate en tu madre, bro. Cágate en tu madre, hijo de la gran puta.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Yo, let me ask you a question. Which fight?
I'm not
Which
looking at the
fight?
chat no more. I swear I'm not.
Me neither. Yo,
Coda
let me
gang.
ask you a question.
Coda gang.
I can't.
Let me
I
ask you.
can't.
Coda, you want
let
the
me ask-
smoke? Coda want the smoke.
You know,
Yo, let me ask you a question. Which fight for Shakur Stevenson is really gonna generate like? Cause we already rocking with him. One fight.
No, wait.
No. Tú quieres cambiar el tema.
No, don't let's
No.
this.
We're not changing the subject.
That's the different stuff about who he gonna fight and what he could do. Is this subject right here?
That's what it has to do with. That's what it has to do with. I was gonna say which fight is like just like Oscar De La Hoya was half Mexican, right? And they wasn't really supporting him
He's full
until
Mexican.
but Oscar wasn't really being supported by the Mexicans until he fought Tito Trinidad because that's the rivalry. One fight for Shakur Stevenson is really gonna bring out the Puerto Ricans to really back him. That's
They
what I
are
want to
backing him, bro. What are you talking about? I bet you 95% of Puerto Ricans.
more, man. I'm talking about more. To the point
No. I'm telling you about 90 to 95% of Puerto Ricans already supporting them. You got some knuckleheads in every single one of our cultures and ethnicities.
Yo,
We got
HLD. Yo, wait, I'm not even gonna say that, bro, because like I said, bro, I'm Puerto Rican 100%, bro. And when I went to PR, I speak perfect Spanish, bro. Like it's not like I speak un español pirateado.
No es McDonald's Spanish.
But yeah, no, it's not de McDonald's, bro. So,
ain't no Danny Garcia Spanish.
But yeah, so people over there, bro, like los guala, cabrón, ellos no aceptan a cualquiera, bro. Ellos dicen, tú eres boricua de por allá, tú eres de allá afuera.
Pues son unos jibaritos, los que se han criado en la durez de los tiempos de antes, pero this new generation, we're so damn inclusive, bro. I mean, yeah, we got knuckleheads. I'm not telling you we don't. We got knuckleheads. Mira, yo fui uno. Yo nací en la isla, pero me crié por acá. Mi adolescencia viví en Puerto Rico. Cuando fui para allá, pues, bro, my nickname was Gringo, man.
Okay, okay. Low Nose Boxing. I got two answers for your questions. I feel there's a fight. There could be a fight that could really ramp up that Puerto Rican fan base and support him for him to go. You know, whether it's maybe this fight with De Los Santos. If De Los Santos is gonna talk that Dominican and Puerto Rican rivalry like in baseball, that could ramp up, right? If he fights another high level skill, Navarrete. Wait, let me finish. Navarrete and Shakur Stevenson.
That's the one,
right?
I think that may be.
Hold on, let him finish.
But a fight that could strip him from that if he fights Matias, just like it stripped Oscar De La Hoya when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez,
and it stripped Camacho when he fought Tito too.
So I got two answers for you. One, they're gonna embrace him, but I also do believe if he fights Matias, that's when they're gonna really talk that he's not real Puerto Rican.
I think after the fight, Matias will like give a speech that will will be accepting towards Shakur. Like he's a humble nigga, bro. Like he gets savage in that ring, but he'll if Shakur's really embracing the whole Puerto Rican heritage and he don't get stupid with Matias, I think he'll give a speech to where people will accept him, especially after
somos dos puertorriqueños a batallar, pero a la misma vez somos hermanos. And that's it.
Rico, los 5 pesos de Super Chat say, Domi Moreno, what color was the body of Jesus Christ? Gracias.
No, pero
all I know is the blood of Christ.
He's a troll, man. They said Domi, whatever, is a troll.
Punch, I think Shakur versus Tank is going to bring out a lot of Puerto Ricans too, because Tank Davis is, remember, in boxing is a rivalry. The blacks and Spanish in boxing is a rivalry as well. So that's a green print, you know what I'm saying? And Tank been feasting on fucking Mexicans and Dominicans, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Punch, don't go flipping on me after this fight, bro. Don't on the hype on the promotion for Edwin De Los Santos and Shakur, don't go flipping on me, bro.
Nah, man. Hey. I win. Look. See, the thing is, I win in the end of the day. If yes, I rep my coach is Latino, but I win in the end of the day as a Latino fan.
No, for sure.
Shakur Stevenson, yo lo digo ahora mismo. Shakur Stevenson le va a meter la mano de Los Santos. I already said he's going to turn ese plátano como un totón. Y yo soy dominicano. He's going to turn that plátano into a totón.
And you know what? Shakur Stevenson is the only Puerto Rican right now, besides Danny Garcia, that's actually undefeated against Mexicans, because lately, the Mexicanos been comiendo los boricuas ever since Miguel Cotto.
Yo, bro, they
ever
got
since
mad.
that.
You had people that getting mad at me because I said that Javonte Tank was gonna turn Hector Luis Garcia como un totone, un plátano como un totone. And people in Dominicans like, yo, but come on, Punch, you gotta support. I said, come on,
Man, it's
I'm
boxing.
not
You
gonna
gotta
lie,
keep it
bro. I'm
real,
not,
bro. Don't nobody
like,
look at the race, bro. Like,
you get the opportunity, but I'm not gonna start breaking down boxing because nah.
Mira, el día que Tío Femo se mete en el ring con su Briel Matías.
es que él no es boricua, bro. Él es
Me
de
voy con Tío
Yo
Fimo.
sé. ¿Y quién
Yo
tú
voy con
crees?
Tío Fimo.
Pero
Yo voy con Tío
exactly.
Fimo.
Who you think? I'm rocking with Tío.
Yup, if Tío fights Shakur, I'm going with Tío too.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm rocking with Tío.
Yeah, me too. Para mí, Tío Fimo.
I mean, it doesn't have to do that porque mira,
Tío
por
Fimo
ejemplo, cuando el maricón Josué Vargas se puso a hablar mierda.
Se sacó la mierda.
Déjame hablar. Cuando ese Josué Vargas se puso a hablar mierda, estupideces, when he was talking that bullshit, with Jose Cepeda. He was talking that mad shit, bro. I'm like, Lord, man, I hope Cepeda beats the fuck out of him, bro. Because I'm not down with that shit, man. That shit is not right. We can have our rivalries, they be proudful. Ya, mira que sí, pero que tú eres una mierda y esto y lo otro, bro.
Yeah, it's good to have fighters from different like cultures, like, you know, and representing their cultures and, you know, building up the fight like that and all that. But at the end of the day, bro, it's all love and it's all like business. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro, I went for Tank Davis against
Pedraza. To the point where motherfuckers is like really like getting dirty with it.
You gotta, like, bro, let me get the super chat. Devo Highlight presents with the $10 super chat. Good looking out for the contributions, my brother. God bless you. Said Shakur fought as what in the Olympics? American. Either way, Black Americans has all-star lineup of great fighters, past and present. His dad is PR. Let him identify as
is that when you're Puerto Rican, you're American, bro. Puerto Rico's not a different country. You're American.
And yo, Punch, when Jose Pedraza fought Tank Davis, I went for Tank Davis, bro. I rooted for Tank Davis over Jose Pedraza. I'm not gonna root for anybody just because you're Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? It's the winner of the winner. I gotta connect with you. Trinidad was my Puerto Ricans that I root for all the time. Danny Garcia, Miguel Cotto. There's certain ones that I don't care who they fight, and I'm going for them.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Mi gallito who's still in the, you know, and like estamos echando purina todavía and desires. Yeah, that's my gallito no matter what. You know what I mean?
That's like, for example, put it this way. Let's say I'm Dominican, right? But Dominican also from Harlem. So who I really identify? Hey, Hector Camacho from Spanish Harlem. He is the Latino of. It don't matter if he's Puerto Rican or whatever. He is that Latino that I grew up with, that type, that the lingo, the slang in New York City. He represents us more than anybody. And to be honest, when a guy like okay, for example, Michel Rivera, one of my boys, I know him personally. I know him personally, right? But I didn't like that they was trying to put him like a Muhammad Ali. Remember, his name was Michel Asasa Rivera. Then they added Ali. Now they try to make him somebody he not.
They try to make a gimmick out of it.
You know, they try to make a gimmick out of him. The same thing. Let's say with I used to be like, yo, the Dominican fighters, they need to talk, bro. They don't. That's not how I identify. Hector Luis Garcia que habla suave. Y no así. And I understand with certain Puerto Ricans as well, right? You identify Tito Trinidad brings that spirit, bring that alegría. You know what I'm saying? He brings that el sazón. You feel me?
Yeah, that aura, that Puerto Rican aura, that energy.
And Camacho brought that, and Camacho brought that. Puerto under the New York.
He brought that New York, bro.
But he was born in Puerto Rico.
Bro, they used to make what's that shit called? They used to like party. What the fuck is that? Parades. They used to do parades for Camacho, bro. Even when the man lost, like you get off the airplane, come here like parading for this.
And everybody like Camacho. Everybody.
And I remember when Camacho had the Puerto Rican fight when he fought Edwin Rosario, bro, in Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? and they became
I
friends
was in
after that
Puerto
fight.
Rico for that fight. I remember that
Yeah,
fight.
man. Yeah, that was a great fight too.
You
Edwin
know,
Zabi was the first person to really hurt Camacho. He hit him with that left hook.
pero
Yo,
que
bro, Punch, bro, bota el tipo de aquí, bro, porque
No,
me
no,
vuelvo
porque
loco, me vuelvo
no,
loco.
no, Conan,
No, me
porque
vuelvo loco, me
no,
vuelvo
the
loco, bro.
ignorant, the
No,
ignorant has to be in the chat so people could
no, no
also
Coda,
puedo, yo no
see.
puedo, bro,
Coda,
yo no
lo que
puedo,
yo he aprendido, mira,
yo no puedo.
lo que yo he
Ey, yo, el Domi,
aprendido,
ven, que no te quiere hablar, el Domi Moreno, sucio viejo,
No,
vamos, habláte.
El Víctor Mamao ese también. ¿Cómo que se llama? El
No,
Víctor Mamao.
ven, no te, no, ey,
Mira, García, suba para acá
diablo,
también,
tú estás
tú.
pelagato ahora, man. Yeah,
man.
you
Oiga,
making it a bad name right now,
Coda,
ven,
man.
habla con Coda.
I've learned, I don't, when I'm on a panel, bro, yo ni le pongo atención a esa mierda porque
Me neither, because they don't got the
te
ball.
quita de acá, te quita de
Yo, but
acá.
That's what happened.
usually they don't. But when it comes to something like racism, bro, it's like, bro, we in 2023. What's wrong with you? Like,
Yo, let me
I
ask you.
would
Let
really
me
want
ask you a
to
question,
know type shit.
HLD.
Like, I
Yo, let me
really
ask you
would.
to my Puerto Rican brothers. What were the 5 biggest wins in boxing that a Puerto Rican fighter had? What was those 5 biggest Puerto Rican wins?
I
Let me
don't
hear it.
know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I don't know. Me, Coda versus El Domi Moreno. Oh, Punch don't lie. That's
Vamos,
number
hey,
one.
me send the link again, man. Come on,
But
man.
but
Come on, Domi.
but let's get back to what it is, man. It seems like there's anytime I try to represent my pride, you know how proud I am of the accomplishments of my people. And when you, hey man, for being an island that's 35 by barely 50, yo man, we got some numbers of a lot of things in any area you want to talk about, whether it be music, sports, politics,
Edgar
whatever the
Balanga, what's up
fuck.
with Edgar Balanga? What's up with
You
Edgar
know,
Balanga?
you know
Nobody's talking about Balanga.
no, cambiando el tema. Eso, there seems to be a
Puerto
hating
Rican
jealous,
boxing is weak these days, but we got
a
Subriel
hating
Matias, the
jealousy
champion
factor.
at
Anytime you
140.
want to rep your people and put out there what our endearments of our accomplishments. I don't know why the fuck it is. I don't know why the fuck it is.
Yeah, the chat is going crazy right now.
Puerto Rico got a champion at 108 pounds, and he got 7 fights. Puerto Rico got Edgar Berlanga. Puerto Rico got Subriel Matias, 140 pounds. He just got, rest in peace, but he just got done killing a nigga in the ring. You know what I'm saying? We got Xander Zayas coming up, but Puerto Rican boxing dead. Fuck out of here. The whole
And we got
don't like HLD don't like Edgar, man.
And we got Slave August.
I rock with Edgar. I rock.
We can't forget Slave August.
To be honest, HLD, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't this huge fan, but the way he represents also, but the way that people are hating on him like that is what got me like, all right, we need, let's chill a little bit. We acting like this guy's some type of loser, that this guy, he's still undefeated. He's not going to be the greatest, but I think he's getting. I think he's getting a hate that I don't think that he.
I didn't like. Hey, I'm honest with what I didn't like the over the top pandering that he was doing, bro. The shit that they maybe want to be accusing Shakur of doing. That's what I see him doing, and I think he needed to tone it down.
Carolina, though.
No, pero que te está pasándose allá de más, bro. Usando el nombre de Tito y todo eso. Like, cálmate, papa, cálmate.
Nah.
Who, Edgar Balanga? You talking about Edgar Balanga?
But HLD, put yourself in his situation as a fighter and a Puerto Rican. You're not gonna clam over your heroes.
You're not.
That's not my problem.
Hey, do I see Xander Zayas doing that?
But so why? He's not.
Okay,
he's not Edgar.
Cálmate un poquito, papa.
Bro,
cálmate porque tú no estás representando las peleas como un Tito Trinidad para estar en ese bicho.
But I'm gonna tell you like this though, HLD. He's ramping up the Puerto Rican fan base, unlike anybody right now.
Not in New York,
outside of Amanda Serrano. Nah, come on, bro. He ramping.
Yo, my problem with Edgar Balanga.
You can't.
Yo, he's my problem with Edgar Balanga, bro. My problem with Edgar Balanga.
You know what? But that tells you in the end of the day, HLD with defeating with Edgar Balanga is his unbiasedness. Just because he's Puerto Rican, that doesn't mean he's gonna rock with you. So what you were saying earlier, you still standing on your square. You're still being real. Just because you're Puerto Rican, I'm just not gonna.
No, I'm not blind to it, man.
Just like Low Nose Boxing said, he got identified.
My problem. Here's my problem with Edgar Balanga. Right, I liked him. I rooted for him and everything when he was coming up. My thing is that I already see what's gonna happen. I've seen that he's already too much hanging out with the hip hop, partying. Gonyo, if you're gonna do that, at least wait till you become a champion. Zab Judah did it when he became a champion. Adrian Broner did it when he became a champion. Don't do that as a prospect, bro. That's my thing that's my issue. He was acting like he made it. That fight when he won it.
Es lo que digo. Tú sabes que we got some puertorriqueños que hablan mucha mierda, pero no. ¿Dónde está la pepa, bro? ¿Dónde está? Y ahí es que está. Habla, but you gotta back it.
What's that static? Somebody said static.
También. Let me get the super chat. Guys, está Ferrari con los 5 pesos. Shakur should ring walk to Yo Soy Boricua pa que tú lo sepas. Yo, when Amanda Savannah be coming out with that, when she say that shit, see, Amanda Savannah got the Puerto Ricans in New York.
No, man, y no la mencionamos en esta cosa. No. Amanda Serrano, she's my #1 Puerto Rican fighter.
Word. Yeah, word.
That's the GOAT, the real GOAT.
Cabrón, tú estás hablando mierda de que Puerto Ricans licking coco, whatever you say, cabrón, tú me estás mamando el bicho, cabrón, y todavía no.
See, that's the
boricua mamando el bicho, cabrón, cállate la boca, bro.
Se está poniendo en boila.
Yo, Punch had put out something out there. Había uno ahí que estaba hablando mierda en his Twitter, bro. Le di una salsa de cagar en su madre, bro. Y me bloqueó inmediatamente. That dude blocked me, Punch. Whatever that dude was talking shit, bro.
Yo te lo mandé.
Dijo
el tío.
Yo, Punch, one of the funniest videos you ever made was that video where you put a scene where Edgar Berlanga was in the club and you was like, "Ságate de ahí, muchacho." Yo, that was the funniest shit. You was like, "Yo, tú no eres campeón. Tú no eres campeón."
¿Qué tú haces ahí? Yeah, but then when you understand his team, they're the one. His dad, he got street cred. His dad got street cred, so he knows these guys. Fat Joe knows his dad, so his street cred. And he puts his son in those positions. His son is building what you see. This swag and stuff. That's his. That's really his dad. He's living. You know how when people see they living vicariously through their son, Edgar Berlanga is actually living vicariously through his dad, where his dad used to be before getting locked up and all that. That's what it is.
Hey man, ahora sí, cuando you walking with all that swag y tú estás con esa, you gotta back it up, all of it.
Yo quiero ver Berlanga con you see the tweets between Gabriel Rosado. I want to see Rosado against Berlanga. Me voy con Gabriel Rosado también. Ese es boricua.
Okay.
Ese es boricua.
Cabrón, Fight Cruz.
If y'all don't follow me,
hago un canal de esto, cabrón, y yo no puedo. Yo no puedo, cabrón. Me quitan el canal para rápido, porque yo no puedo con estos malos.
Con estos cabros. Es que
bro.
Right, that one dude said, if y'all don't follow me on Twitter, go to Twitter. Mr. Moonshine said, some dude said, if he considers, or you guys consider him Puerto Rican, ask him why he didn't represent PR then. Why use him now to sell? ? What you have to say about that? HOD said, what the fuck is that? Today ese pendejo. Go smoke some dick, you bitch, raise hating jealous hoe. But what do you think about that comment? If he considers, or you guys consider him Puerto Rican, ask him, meaning Shakur Stevenson, why he didn't represent PR then? Why using it now to sell?
He did. He came up with a Puerto Rican flag like 3 fights ago for his Jamal Herring fight, I think it was, or at 126, his first championship fight, one of them.
Like, why? Look, we don't know his entire personal journey. This is all I know. What is out in public information. His father came into his life at the later stages, very end. Yeah, and his father passed away in that time of him. Yo, man, Elo knows, bro. You got to mute, bro.
What for?
He came into his life at a later stages, as an adult, to my understanding, and his father shortly after that passed away. Which within that time he connected with the other brother and sister, from his dad's Puerto Rican side, which they now have a relationship. To my understanding, they've also come to his fights. So why didn't he represent? Well, I mean, it's just, let's say he would have known. It's just like Alex Rodriguez, he could he has a choice to whichever he can. Hey, man, he can choose Puerto Rico. He can choose American. He cannot be denied. You see what I mean? So I mean, whatever he chooses to want to do, I wouldn't have been mad if he was saying I'm Puerto Rican and I decided to go with the United States. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm rooting for America when we out there. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. You know, that doesn't define your heritage and culture. Just you brainwash motherfuckers in the United States and those who are having an identity crisis. You don't know what the fuck you are. You know, half of the people that are talking this shit, and I'm gonna which is are probably foundational black Americans, don't know what the fuck they are. They mad at us for I don't know what the fuck. Yo, man, as Puerto Rican, bro, I tell you one thing. As Dominican que está aquí en el panel también, yo, man, we have more African culture in us that we live by, our food, than most black Americans ever know about. We eat yuca, ñame, plátano, ñame, yautía. Yo, this is our African food. Hatred, is it jealousy or what the fuck it is?
Is it this? Is it, let's say in this community, let's just say in this community that there are channels out here that is also pro-black, right? We know who they are. We know what they represent for their channel. Sure. They have said it, right? Is it that Shakur Stevenson is supposed to be one of the upcoming potential greats, right? Yes. And it's somebody is a fighter that they was ready to spin the narrative. You know and now that he's saying that he's Latino as well, it defeats their purpose, and now they're like, we can't use Shakur Stevenson as a damn narrative.
Well, because they use look. I know for a fact, you know, the rivalry with Haney, you know, and then you got religion clashes or pure blackness and all that shit coming into play. We want to play it off that it ain't. We know that you know, hey, Shakur, to my understanding, is Muslim, I think too. To my understanding, I'm not sure if I'm mistaken by that, but
Devin Haney is.
I know Devin Haney is now, you know, converted devout one.
He became Muslim 5 years ago.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. So no, I mean, hey, to each his own. God bless him. I have no issue with that. But when it comes into the fans and all that shit, they're gonna do that comparison and who they're gonna back. And you know, you hear it all the time. How y'all can keep that Puerto. I've seen it in the comments. Y'all can keep that Puerto Rican. I'm like, what the fuck? What you mean?
Yeah, what's that about? Like. What's that? And that's the energy I'm talking about when I just said, is there people that feel like he was supposed to be their next you know, golden goose as their next big
next Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yo,
yeah, and they don't and now I'll keep them like, get the fuck out, you stink, come on. And that's where the racism come about, because
where it come from.
I want to know where it comes from. Because it's not. I never heard of Latinos holding let's say black people oppressed or anything like that. Some particular Latinos.
Shit. Let's not forget.
So where is this energy coming? Why against another guy?
Let's not forget that Christopher Columbus didn't land in West Africa first. That motherfucker landed in El Caribe, where he fucking raped, pillaged, and killed all our people and shit. You know what I mean? So let you know, we understand that struggle, and it's we know that we've had ancestors. I thought
history otherwise, because I thought that's where he started, like, going back and forth and getting slaves. You know what I'm saying, to come in like 1519.
Nah, man, he first came once he landed in the areas of the Dominican Republic.
I love history. 1493, Christopher Columbus, I think, is when he first landed in the Caribbean in Puerto Rico. And then they named it Puerto Rico because
not in Puerto Rico. No, not in Puerto Rico, hermanito.
Let me get this super chat right quick. Let's go
two right now, and I'm right.
No, papa.
Hold on. Esco 2-time with a $5. Gracias, Esco. No, the real chosen one. Punch, drunk, boxing. Yeah, man. Over here, we talk about things that they're scared to speak on. We talk about things they're afraid to speak on.
But we're gonna get off subject real quick, because we're gonna get into history, and then we're gonna, you know, I mean, va a cambiar el tema completo. But when it comes down to, look, man, I bet you many don't know that one of Yankees' all-time greats, Reggie Jackson, his father was Puerto Rican, and nobody, you know what I mean? And he didn't rep us. He said he was Black American. You think I hold that against him? Or like this other this is crazy rapper that he's half Mexican, half Puerto Rican, El Loco Maricón yeah, that dude. He's half Puerto Rican, half, but he identifies as what? He identifies as Mexican. Why? Hey, you know why? Because he was raised culturally by his mother's side, que era Mexicano. I respect that. I'm gonna hate on him.
Chico,
And
saca ese
you
cabrón
saw
de
the
ahí.
video, and you saw the video how he felt, right? There's certain people that resent their fathers not being there, and there's other people that just don't hold that
Right. I
grudge
mean,
of them not being there. So of
and I
course,
understand
the
that those
guy,
are issues. Those
Mira,
are issues in life.
sácate sinvergüenza de la pantalla, bro.
Yeah, that dude is out of control, man. That El Domi,
Sinvergüenza.
I think it's a
I'm trying
black
to
fella,
ignore the
man.
chat, and here goes Punch here,
I see that.
highlighting his comment.
Yeah,
I
he
want
just
to
Getting mad
yeah,
all
man.
over
what you
again.
say about that? That's what it is. This is I did, but this what I mean. That's why I'm telling you. I did the live. There's so many people there's people that represent, that's happy. There's people that don't like it. There's people. This is the
So
thing.
far, I only
This live
see
is gonna
few
bring out.
people
It's gonna
opposing
bring
it.
out. It's going to bring out the inner Latino,
No, hey,
even
he's
Latino
proving
versus Latino.
Coda. What you got to realize, Coda, man, he's the one that's proving our point. So
Yeah,
let it be
exactly.
out.
That's
Okay, so
exactly what I'm
I
saying.
don't want you don't want to block it for that reason. Ahora,
That's
now if he says something like
If it was
totally
another subject of the
that,
show, it was another subject. But this is the the subject.
that's what I first told him. I'm like, yo, bro, you're exactly the type of person that Punch is talking about before we came on live. Like that was my first comment to him.
Yep.
You're exactly the type of person we talking about.
you got a super chat, Punch.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Dímelo, Fuentes, con los 10 pesos. God bless you, man. El Salvador in the building.
Yeah, I like Salvadorian food. I
En
like
la
Salvadorian
unión
food
no
too, man.
hay separación.
Repítalo de nuevo, Punch. Repítalo, que te hablo.
El Salvador de la casa, in the house. En la unión no hay separación.
Yo, man. You know, Latinos unidos, man, and deja la mierda de la separación, odio, celoso. You can't be, you know, one thing I've learned about as an adult is how big of a thing is jealousy and envy. You know what I mean? Within adults and within our own people and all that shit. Like that shit is a killer, bro. And that's part of the problem with this in itself. It's envy. It's jealousy. And yeah, nobody gonna admit to that. Oh, I'm jealous, but that's what it is. There's a lot of that going around, you know.
Now, of course, in boxing rivalry sells. Yes, they do sell Puerto Rican versus Mexican, blacks versus yes, they do sell it. They do sell it. Yet, it's for me. It's I never saw like a hate or anything. Like say Mexican and Puerto Rican. Like I always saw camaraderie, like Mexican and Irish. That day when they was promoting Puerto Rican versus Irish, and it was Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Everybody, even after the fight, you could see the bar after the fight. Everybody was having a good time. Puerto Ricans and Irish.
No había mierda.
It's not to hate, but is it competitive?
Yeah.
It's like the Olympics. That doesn't mean people create because USA is fighting Cuba in the Olympics. That doesn't mean Americans should hate Cuba and Cuba.
But people get it twisted, man. People get that shit twisted. Punch is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you got Teofimo Lopez, for example, that was born.
Mute, Lolo. You got that barking, bro.
Yeah, ese perro. Hey, ese perro. Tell a chara, my friend.
Man, tell that Puerto Rican dog shut the fuck up.
Chihuahua.
It's a Chihuahua.
It's a Yorkie.
No, bro. ¿Quién que tiene el perro? De verdad.
El Lono.
Oh, right. You see, like you got guys like that was born here, but they represent the Olympics. He represented Honduras. You got Andy Ruiz that represented Mexico. You got con ese perro ya lo va a matar el perro.
Come on, Lono, bro. You gotta mute that.
Yo, Ferrari $5 super chat said, no lo vota a ese tigre. Hit the like button, El Domi. This is America. He has a freedom of speech. O que se les olvido. No. I'm not gonna block El Domi. I'm not gonna block him because this is the energy. People gotta see this energy. You gotta see this energy.
As long as he's not using derogatory words.
Pero también El Domi, I'm asking you, the host is asking you, can you come to the panel, my brother? I want you in the chat. You've been in the chat all live.
Hey, you can come on the panel,
because I want to hear it. The people want to hear it.
We'll be on mute. Hey, I tell you what. Hey. We'll all three of us. The rest I know it'll be you and Punch, man. We'll give you, give it 5-10 minutes,
Give me
chop it
your
up.
perspective is the reason. Give me your perspective. I want to hear it. I want to hear what El Domi Moreno has to say.
I promise I won't bark on you. I'll let you talk your weird shit. I'll let you rock.
he tried to be politically correct.
Yo, we gotta get Southpaw on the channel, man. We gotta get Southpaw on the channel, man.
Nah, that's a troll in itself, bro. There's
I'm gonna
no
stimulate
right,
anybody on
no
the
rhyme or
chat
reason
that
to his
has
shit.
an
Funny shit,
opinion, a
bro.
voice, an experience that
That
we're
nigga
talking about.
hilarious.
Shakur Stevenson. We're talking about. There's people out there that just doesn't want to accept that Shakur Stevenson is embracing, celebrating, identifying,
Él es
recognizing who
boricua,
he
mi
is,
neta.
boricua y negro,
I'm gonna go
black,
teach that nigga how to dance salsa and
boricua,
all that.
Latino, African American. Dime, what is the issue? Why are people so? And I'm gonna put the picture up of certain comments. Hold on, I'm gonna put
It's
the
something
picture up.
personal that happened in their life with a Puerto Rican, and now they hate Puerto Ricans forever. That's what it is.
No, I don't know. I
You
think
got,
there's a
you
lot of
got,
jealousy.
A Puerto
you
Rican
got guys. You got guys
Look at
says
her.
I can't keep that Shakur. They put him as a coon. Shakur, what the hell? Another guy, the one only said if that cat Puerto Rican, then anybody in the Warriors can be also. Another said he hasn't been repping Puerto Rico, so-called bullshit only when dude trying to sell tickets. They will not. Another person said they will not accept you. You look too much like a black brother, whatever
That's
that means.
weird, bro.
That's weird. He already knows it by his answer. That was weird right there.
It don't even make sense because there's
Another-
darker motherfuckers than I ever seen in PR.
right. This dude claimed Puerto Rican just because he wants them fans.
It's sad, man.
Another person said the nigga don't even speak Spanish. What is this energy? Why are people going at him? What is this energy? What is this? Why is it infuriating somebody?
Where it come from? Like, what is the
Yo,
point?
man. Those same. See, that's the problem that I have with that. And the time that I've been in this community of YTBC, and outside of Punch, I've hanged out in a lot of predominant black channels, man. I mean, it's who I rock with and shit. Con la cosa. But then a la larga, you start seeing that they're the most on code or the most racism even against their own. I haven't seen more racism than from anybody in the white CBC, more than even black Americans against themselves. Calling Crawford a coon and calling Crawford Toby whatever and shit like that.
Remember they did that to Jamal Charlo?
They say he's not on code. They say Charlo wasn't on code.
And I think they confuse being proudful. Like, hey, I'm proudful. Like, the young man wants to call it. Awesome. I mean, I'm gonna back Shakur with that.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's how we are, bro.
But being on code doesn't mean that you're gonna do some stupid shit like that pendejo, right? Fuck that motherfucker, man. Hope he burns in hell. You know what I'm talking about, that verdejo. I'm not gonna be on code. No, motherfucker, that piece of shit. That motherfucker, I hate him to the end of time. That motherfucker needs to burn in hell. Doesn't mean. But there's these motherfuckers who think code means blind. You gotta be blind and just be on code and push and support.
Cuando dice diablo, HLD tiene demonio cuando está hablando
hay que ayudarle y todo. Mañana es domingo, échate para la iglesia, para eso. Poderoso.
The other say he all should be worshiping every black person. Dice Ciado
Wow, look at that shit.
Multivitamin.
Wow.
See that, and that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like that retardation. You know what I mean? There's a retardation like a motherfucker.
Yes, I never heard that word. Retardation, and that's exactly what it is. I don't know where the energy comes from. And the shit is that I'm asking you to come up here and you ain't pushing that energy. So
like I said, man,
I know for sure is that your wife you got cheated on by Puerto Rican.
Nah, man. What it comes down to, man, is just culturally the way this nation has been built and the way they've been brainwashing everybody. Look, man, if you ain't from a major city, if you're not from a big major city, concrete jungle city, you know what I mean? You have all this separatism shit throughout the United States, man. If you ain't from New York, Jersey or Philly or Chicago or LA, but everything on the South, it's so brainwashed that everybody acts like exactly what they fucking hate.
So
You know what I mean?
let me ask Coda, and I know that HLD, you was born in the island. Coda, you was raised también in the island, and you was here as well. What's the difference between when you're Puerto Rican in Puerto Rico and the Puerto Rican New Yorkers? What is the negative shit that you have that you have experienced in your life, or somebody try to downplay you because either you're from the island or either you from here?
Mira, y es por allá nada más. Like, it's over there only. Because, like, over here, I know Gualas, and they, like, fuck with me heavy. You know what I'm saying? But over there, like, listen, we went over there to move. And we moved back in less than a year because of me. Because I got into, like, 10 fights in, like, a matter of, like, 4 months, bro. Like, I kept fighting because people over there, like, they'll be like what I said earlier. Ah, es un gringo es un boricua de por allá, es un gringo, tú eres gringo, tú no eres boricua, que tú eres de allá afuera, es lo que dicen, tú eres de allá afuera. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a gringo and all this shit. And, like, they try to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, just neglect you, really. But, I mean, I was young, but they still do that over there. Like, there are some, like, ignorant
I've been
people
through the
over there
same,
saying weird.
Papa. I was born in the island. I was raised primarily here in the States. My teenage years, I lived in the island. And when I went there, my Spanish was McDonald's Spanish. Me llamaron el gringo. Yo era el gringo. Por donde yo
See,
iba,
but
yo era
I
el
ain't even
gringo.
have McDonald's Spanish, bro. Like,
No,
they just, they know.
no, pues yo lo que sabía era pullito, yo no sabía hablar nada. Yo estaba hablando un disparate, pero un disparate lo que estaba hablando. Pero pues, pero a la verdad, the truth is, yeah, all right, I'm not culturally ingrained just yet, but hey, man, throughout my years, I became it. You know what I mean? And it was a hatred that they had. I didn't feel the hatred. I just felt that yeah, man, tú eres de afuera. Then that's it.
Yeah, it's just, but then again, like, I'm gonna say again, like, from this boxing culture, like, we got grown people in this now. I was younger back then, so it's like, but, like, there's still, like, some that you could pick and choose that are still, like, ignorant like that, and they think like that. But I think for the most part, like, some people will be like, oh, like, mira, este moreno boricua también. Yo, one of my best friends, bro, he's Puerto Rican and he's black. And I joke with him all the time, like, motherfucker, you ain't Puerto Rican. But, like, nigga, I love this nigga. He Puerto Rican and black. Like, for the most part, people gonna accept you. You know what I'm saying? If you're that, you're that. Like, we're not ignorant race, you know what I'm saying, that we're just gonna neglect people that are just Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, some people are that guala and that, like closed-minded and ignorant, like, and just, like, literally stupid, like, just stupid, like, senseless, that they'll be like, oh, no, you're not Puerto Rican. Like, motherfucker, I am. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I think most people will accept it, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't know. Hopefully they do. Hopefully going forward, Shakur can have a show out in PR and, people accept it and shit like that.
I was talking to my old man about this very subject, man. My old man is in his 70s and old school Boricua,
What he feel about the subject?
Bro, él está hablando de Shakur Stevenson, you know what I mean? It's an acceptance. Ahora yo, papi, tú le ves que hay algo de malo que esté representando, porque como puñeta, how can you fucking have a problem? It's in his blood, it's who he is. Se acabó. I mean, our family, look, I got some Dominican family, los primos hermanos míos son dominicanos, prieto también, son negritos, pero yo no me quería con, we don't have that colorism over there. Oh, I gotta, Roberto Clemente is a black Puerto Rican. No, man, Roberto Clemente es boricua y se acabó. We don't go by that colorism shit. Or no, man. It's here in America where they try to separate you by your color so that we can have this divide, so that we can have this shit about splitting hairs amongst each other. And there's no need for that. There's absolutely no need.
That's why I think, to be honest, from a New York perspective, and I always say that New York perspective because I think everybody else have a different perspective because of the city they come from. Sometimes it's just a separation of black and white. Sometimes probably in the West Coast it's just black people consider Latinos Mexican because they don't have too much Dominicans and Cubans and stuff like in the East Coast and stuff like that, right? Um, but everybody got their perspective, and I'm glad I'm from New York City because you get to see you get to see every other culture, whether it's from within the Latino culture and outside the Latino culture. You get to see, you can have camaraderie with everybody and understand the stereotypes. Sometimes we just joke. Sometimes it's jokes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like people hate each other. It's jokes. We have racial jokes,
Stereotype jokes, stereotype
stereotype
jive.
jokes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No malice. You know?
No, man. Yo, that Puerto Rican eats rice and beans and chuletas. Yeah, motherfucker, we
It's like
do.
when I be like, yo, Puerto Rico don't like putting onions in the potato salad. I don't really like that.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet that y'all find the darkest motherfucker y'all know out here, and we take a trip to PR to Luis Aldea, and y'all will find a darker motherfucker out there, and damn near the whole town is that skin color, dark as hell, bro. Like it don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying, you could be black than a motherfucker. You gonna think a motherfucker black, and he gonna start talking more Spanish than me. You know what I'm saying? So like, people just don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, it's ignorance for real. It really is. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand where it comes from. It got to come from a place of hate.
People
It got to come from a place of hate.
People acting like because Shakur Stevenson wants to embrace his other half, he's denouncing his black side. That's how people act. People acting like Shakur Stevenson said, you know, I'm embracing Puerto Rico and I'm not black no more. That's that. I'm not African American. I'm not my mama's side no more.
Right. I mean, it's like it's crazy, man. No, man, Mama Steve. Like I said, man, I made a nice. I tried to do a nice sweep for
My
him.
mom kicked me out the house. I'm not black no more. I'm Puerto Rican.
Right. You know what I mean? It's stupid, man.
Like, bro. Shit,
It's
man.
stupid, man. I think in El Caribe we're amongst the most inclusive people, man. All welcome, all aboard, and we are mixed like a motherfucker, bro. I got everything in my blood, in my everywhere. I got Native American cousins. I got Palestinians. I got people from Africa, which are Nigerians. I believe they are. I got everything. You know, that todo Mexicano. I got a whole bunch of Mexican cousins. I mean, it doesn't matter, man. And all this shit about separatism, yo, man, you guys need to learn how to love, man.
Listen,
Multiverse, get on the panel, multiverse,
listen,
get on the
regardless if
panel.
they accept him or not, Shakur done, you know what I'm saying? He's embracing his PR side, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to have to like it or not. Like, whether we like it or not, he's embracing his PR side, and he going to come out saying he's Puerto Rican and African American, and that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. You like it, you like it. If you don't know, te loco, my God, bro.
Yep, exactly.
He come out saying he Puerto Rican and he African American. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when he first started saying it, people, that's when I heard people saying, "Oh, why haven't you been representing this side of your ethnicity, this whole time and stuff like that?" And then he came out and said that that he thought about it, and that he came to the conclusion to that where he should start representing his Puerto Rican side more and stuff like that. So
Now that's what it was. It went like this. First, they said that Shakur Stevenson is finally gonna meet his dad. Oh, it's cool. He never grew up with his dad. He finally gonna meet his dad just recently. Now Shakur Stevenson keeps in touch with his sister. Now he chill with his sister from the father's side
and brother, I believe.
Right, yeah. and but that was all cool until he embodied that, recognized who he is, and now he's saying I'm Puerto Rican. That's where they have a problem. They don't have a problem of him getting to know his dad or saw his dad right before he died and stuff like that, and wish that he would have met him earlier than that. That's cool, but because he identified now with his dad, now that's a problem.
That's some sick, twisted shit, bro.
That's sick.
That's sick mentality, man.
Hey, bro, or jealousy. I don't know, just weird. Just like, honestly, like, just ignorance, bro. Like, you're immature. Like, you gotta be like really like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you just out here you got that much time that what is it? I don't get it, bro.
They're still in the hamster wheel, like Punch was saying earlier in the very early in the live. They're still in the hamster wheel. They're battling a fight that's no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's used to excuse all the other bullshit that's happening by not doing what they need to be doing. You know what I mean? I'm not into no victim mentality. I don't give a fuck if you're Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever the fuck you are. That victim mentality bullshit. Like I heard you, man. I'm gonna keep on mentioning him because he's got me heated. That Joel, man. He was talking about, oh, it's because we're Dominicans. You're not giving us no favor, Mario Susulama. I'm like, come on, man. You're gonna start that type of bullshit, weak ass talk. Hey, come on, man. That victim mentality don't fly, man.
I never seen that, but I don't like when people do that either. Even if it comes from Puerto Rican, I wouldn't like oh, it's cousin Puerto Rican. Like, bro, what? Like,
But man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You lazy fuck.
I definitely think it would come to something, business related as to why he's not pushing a certain fighter than to, because of his ethnicity, you know what I'm saying, or something. I know he's Mexican and stuff like that, but still, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would never say that though. Oh, it's because I'm Puerto Rican. Bro, what? Like,
hey, the boxing prophet. Wait, what are you, boxing prophet? I'd like to understand. You saying maybe he said
my uncle is talking and acting. One of my sons looks like Tyrese from Fast and Furious, my cousin.
We have that's all of us here in the Caribbean. All of our families like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I show you a picture of my fams. It's like white goes for the lightest to the lightest eyes, the lightest hair, to the darkest skin.
It's like a box of crayons, man. What's the biggest box they got?
Now that you say that, Punch, that too. In PR, there's un chojo boricua que son canos y con el pelo rubio, colorado, y que hasta el sol le duele y no pueden hacer.
Well, yeah. There's
so either way, like it's just regardless. If it was a white person that or Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, say he was like like German or something, but he's in the United States, so they call him white, as you say. So say it was a white up and coming Caucasian fighter, and out of nowhere he says he's like, well, I'm half Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? And people start doing the same thing, it'll still be the same thing. And PR is motherfuckers like more light skinned than him, more pale than him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people, it gotta come from a place of jealousy or hate somewhere, like personally, that they been through something with this certain type of race that is just that they don't like it or something.
This is the type of black I want in my panel. Get on the panel. Don't stay in the chat. He said, you all are enjoying this lovely lifestyle because blacks sacrifice themselves on their own land here in America. Yes, they are indigenous to this land. Come on. I want that. I want that.
I mean, he's not completely lying. But
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. There's more. Come on, educate. No, he's saying, and he also saying that we all liars and stuff like that. If you check what he's, pretend shit isn't happening. He said, we hate liars. We got receipts on all. What else he said? Hold on. Wait. Let me see if I could go over as we go back.
Show me a receipt,
are liars. Let's go, brother. Let's go. Come to the panel. Let's go. Let's chop it up.
You all should be worshiping every black person. So what's a black person? Because I got black people in PR. What's a black person?
Yeah, it come to the panel, brother. That's what it is. And that's those are the type of people that don't like Shakur Stevenson embracing Puerto Rico. No, you gotta embrace black.
Yeah,
but okay, so explain to me what's black. Explain to re-educate us what's black and what's white. Re-educate. Come to the panel, brother. This is the important live you need.
Drop the link.
I drop it again. Let me see if you really want to educate.
Educate us. Educate us. Where what you know is learned from the rednecks, bro.
Yo, multiverse.
The white man called you Negro. You called yourself. The white man called you Negro. You call yourself Negro. The white man called you color. You called yourself color. The white man called you African American, and he called you black. You wouldn't identify. They call you something else. You're going to call yourself.
Well, the new thing is now is foundational Black American, I guess, and which I think would be the perfect thing to be called is a foundational Black American.
I'm gonna say it again. I said it earlier. If you're still calling yourself white, still calling yourself black, that's an equivalent of Malcolm X putting the X behind his last name.
That was a good analogy.
You still don't know what you are because there ain't no such thing as white, black, yellow, brown, all that stuff. Ain't no such thing as that.
Yeah, because we don't call ourselves brown. Well, I'm
Yeah.
Hispanic, so I'm a brown. That's my race. What the fuck are you talking about, my nigga?
Nigga, what are you, Brown?
I'm a
Nigga,
brown.
what are you? Um,
I'm a
um,
brown.
I'm light brown. What are you?
A
Yellow.
tan.
Hey
I'm
man,
green.
I'm
I'm
café.
purple.
Yo soy
I'm
crema.
I'm
Yo soy un
café con
crema.
leche, bro. I'm a café con leche, bro.
Come on, my nigga.
What is-
Un brown, bro.
Ah,
Yo soy
tú
un
no sabes lo
brown.
que tú eres,
Hey
Moti,
man.
Moti huele bicho. Tú no sabes lo que tú eres. Ven a hablar con nosotros.
Hey,
Morty, what
hey,
a bicho.
hey, Cora, man. What type yo, man?
Yo, this
What
nigga
type of
funny.
Puerto Rican are you, man? What type of Puerto Rican are you? Cora?
Yo soy un brown.
Un brown, un brown.
Yo soy un French vanilla brown. Crema, un cremita, un cremita, un cremita.
Ajá.
Like what the
Cremita,
fuck, right? It's
color
like
crema, color crema.
I don't we it's just that's like I said, that's an American phenomenon
Yeah.
thing. And we don't I was sitting with the old heads and we have these conversations, man. I'm like, yo, like mira, yeah, is there
Nah,
a
fuck.
difference from a Boricua de la Isla than a New Yorican?
Nah,
Yeah, man.
respect my
My
old
kids,
heads and all that, but they started it. Talking about esto prieto y los negros, eso. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, there's some old head Puerto Ricans that they was like that. That's why, like,
Oh,
I
in the
say
old
we
days.
in 2023 now. Like, why is this still a thing? You know what I'm saying?
my kids are gonna be like, what? They're gonna ask my kids, what are you? They're gonna be like, Mama white, Daddy,
Yo.
he be brown,
He brown.
and I'm beige, and I am beige. My race is beige.
It's yo, and to see that
Yo, I'm
this thing
telling
has
you,
been coming
son.
from a long time ago. Yo, go tune into any old Sanford and Son.
Yo, son.
Go tune into any old Sanford and Son shows, bro. When Fred Fox is man, he's been racing like a motherfucker to El Boricua from next door, bro. No, you cannot date it. You didn't want his son to date the Puerto Rican neighbor and shit. Or no, they're gonna multiply in our hood. No, we don't want Puerto Ricans staying in our house. You know what I mean? That separatism shit. That's old mentality. I'm talking about from the early 70s.
Mira este
Yeah,
tigre,
exactly.
mira este tigre, mira este tigre. Look, he goes. Punch. Ve, esto es. Punch is pushing more race hate. Mira. And bait. Notice 0 black channels with any note to their names have spoken on topic at all. Neither have shown outrage. See, that's what it is. You on the YTBC bullshit.
Yeah,
See, you think I'm
yeah.
speaking about a channel. I'm not speaking about no channel host. I'm mentioning comments from Twitter and on my video.
Go ahead, put him up,
the
Punch.
interview. Better. At the thing the see
This
you think I'm talking
specific situation. It's not like he just brought it up. It's a specific situation going on, and this is what's going on.
This happened within the less than 24 hours.
and look, I just put out certain chats and tweets because it's so flooded. I just can't. I still want you to see Shakur Stevenson's face. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot. I got way more receipts. See, this is what it is. People think that they want to act like it's not a thing. They want to act like there's this not underlying racism towards one another, with somebody else, with black, Latinos, with all the camaraderies and love that we do share. Huh? What's this? Michael Demps. I want you on the panel right now. I want you to explain that comment that says, let me take your ass out for a minute. Hold on. I want you to come on the panel. You explain this to me. Because you say I'm making shit up. I am pushing this race thing, right? Hold on. Let me take your thing out. Okay, el tigre. Espera. Y'all keep Shakur with the coon. Can you explain that to me? This dude claims PR just because he wants them, whatever. This will not accept you. You look too much like a black brother. He already knows it by the answer. Can you explain? You see, I'm creating this. Come over here to the panel and speak to me.
Yeah, many other channels ain't doing it because they would be embarrassed to talk about it, or they know they're gonna get cooked, or they know they're gonna get labeled quickly.
It's just some. I mean, some channels don't even like have the thought of even speaking about something so so deep like this?
Michael
so
Demps,
serious?
Michael Demps, read me the entire title of this live, bro. Michael Demps, put it that, retype my entire title of this live. I did add Latinos in it with a question mark. I did add Latinos in the question mark as well. I hold Latinos also accountable for this. There is Latinos out there, and I said it as well. There are Latinos. There are other Puerto Ricans that do not accept Shakur Stevenson. What are you talking about?
But it's a very small minority, and the majority that's carrying this weight are not Latinos. Are those that are offended that because he's also Black American, they're offended that he's claiming it. That's
Damn,
the majority.
I'm disappointed in GTDDD for real. Like, I really am. That dude, like, you know, I've seen him a few times, man. Like commenting under certain things, and he got a pretty good like boxing brain. I'm disappointed that he's like that.
Well, this is a second channel of his because I think he had one suspended. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I don't watch his channel. I've just seen him
on Twitter. I'm saying because I've seen that name before, and
I don't
they were
even got Twitter. I
and
need to
they
get one.
yeah. Oh, bro, you te vas a volver loco.
What happened? What happened, Michael? You can't say, "Oh, my bad, I missed the Latino part," right? You can't say that, right? You can't see that. Now he probably looking at the title and say, "Oh shit, oh yeah, all right." It's not
Yo, Victor Garcia, fuck you, nigga. I am real PR, nigga. Fuck are you talking about?
That's what I mean. He said, "Real PR." See, Michael. Estúpido. We're talking about everybody. That's why I opened up the panel for everybody. But if the Puerto Ricans, that is Coda, HLD, and Lono's Boxing, is the only one that's want to stand up and speak about it, and everybody else wanna hide behind the keyboard and stuff like that, just want to be on the chat, speak about it on the panel. Let me go. Let me see your perspective. I want to hear the Black perspective. I want to hear any Latino
show y'all
perspective.
face. Just come up here and talk, man. Stand on your word like a man, bro. Over here standing behind a keyboard like a girl, like a whole lot of female energy, nigga.
They won't, man.
They
won't. That's what I'm saying. Waiting. Hey, look, anybody who has that opposite view of what we're saying, that what we're seeing, come up. I mean, you know, hey, I'm willing
to argue, bro. We could talk like grown men.
So Dems, come to the panel and prove me, educate me. I said I'm open for education. I said I'm not right or I'm not wrong. Come and prove to me, prove that what I've been saying is not a thing. Prove it. Come to me, prove it. Prove it.
Just talk. Why y'all so scared to talk?
Because you know what it is? Because they know it's a thing, but this is a touchy subject. This is the touchy subject.
And they gotta be
talk about the real. They don't want to talk about the real. But how much you want to bet? If I had a video and it's just about people, if it was Black versus white, if it was something about that, they all will speak up. Yo, you good, boys? All my Black brothers will speak up. But speak on this Latino stuff.
Exactly.
Speak on this.
I see a whole lot of PR love on his Instagram, talking about only real PRs won't accept him. What do you want real PR not to accept him? Is what you want. What are you? Matter of fact, your last name Garcia. What are you? What are you?
He's probably
Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican. What are you?
Probably one of those that said that
he's pendejo, man.
And Michael, within that video that you saying that, or are you going by my first video? Didn't I give you the example of Latinos all the same way? Remember, I gave the example of David Benavidez that other Mexican was saying that he's not real Mexican. So quit the bullshit. Get on the panel and stop lying on the name. Stop lying on my name. Stop, because on that same video you talking about, I did emphasize how Latinos also have this battle between Latinos and Latinos. So quit that mess. Get on the panel and stop being a coward, bro.
Freaking pussykin is what he is. He's a pussykin.
That's what you. Hey, I might copyright.
Yo, man, me and boy, go. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't hear that one before.
Pussycat.
Yo, it's funny.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
And
Every
like I
time you
say,
call it out.
yo, that Michael Dempsey guy, whatever, he
He
thinks
said,
this
drop the
energy,
link.
he thinks that energy is only for
Yo, he said,
Black
drop the link. He
Americans.
said, drop the link.
There we go. Who's this?
Michael, yo, for real, just come up here and talk, man. We don't got to argue none of that.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, fellas?
What's good? What's good? Talk about it.
Look,
Talk about educate us.
all I'm gonna say is them people that y'all talking about, they ain't nothing but internet goofies, bro. Don't the average African American black person, whatever y'all want to call us, whatever we call ourselves, we don't care about what Shakur is. We just think he a good boxer. You like him because he a good boxer. Simple as
Amen to that. Amen to that.
I don't know any. I'm not saying you making nothing up because clearly you got the comments, but I don't know nobody that's a boxing fan that's like I don't like Shakur no more because he embraced his father side.
It's
of it.
it's it's
You know
it's
what I'm
a
saying? They
Let him
really
go.
the
Let him
people
go.
that's hot behind the keyboard. Like
Oh,
notice none of them came up here to say anything.
but that's what. But that's why I got the receipts, and that's why I'm doing the video. It's not coming out of nowhere. Remember, I did the video. The video that I put the clip on Shakur Stevenson when I interviewed Shakur Stevenson, and he was embracing the Puerto Rican. Go if you go to that video and you see and you also see the chat. I mean the comments. There's gonna be a lot of Latinos that embrace him as embracing Puerto Rico, but then there's also others, and within that same video, it had 18K that's gonna say similar to what I showed on the screen. So that's what we're just talking about. But it's all. But why is it? Why is it a thing?
Yo, from what you said, a few of them
I
are
don't
like
know. I'm
hardcore
from
boxing
Baltimore,
fans.
bro.
A few of them are.
I'm from Baltimore City. We like we don't. It's not. That's not a thing, yo.
that's not a
That
thing.
like
Exactly.
It's good that, but it's good.
I
See, that's
can't
what I
even
mean.
speak on it. Why I can't speak on why they saying shit like that?
Hey man, word.
But
Don't
people,
hang, like I don't hang around people that think like that. Maybe that's
Thank you.
But peep this, what you just said, right? Because I said I'm coming from a New York perspective, right? I kept saying that through the live, right? Because we're more multi-culture, especially
Jack,
with
y'all are
dark,
crazy
with
right now.
Caribbean
Yo.
Latinos, right? On the West Coast is different, all the way probably in the down south, but where we at, Baltimore, Philly, Jersey, New York, we more blended in, like the Latinos or the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans on that side. West Coast is more Mexican, so people got their different perspective on, on the other side, people don't like Mexicans using the N-word, but in New York, we're like us Latinos, we're like all the same in our slangs, right? But down south, they don't like it. My Puerto Rican, my Puerto Rican teammate when I was in college, he got smacked for using the N-word. And I'm like, yo, over here. We was in Savannah, Georgia. He's like, yo, we got to understand where you at. You know what I'm saying?
right. I guess it's people upbringing, like you said, where you at. I don't know. I can't. That's all. I mean, that's all I can say about it.
Hey, you're Michael. You're the Michael Dempsey that was in the chat, or is that the name that we're? I don't know. Who is? What's it?
Yeah,
what's his name? What's your name, my man? We didn't catch your name.
Rick. I think so. Have
your comments before. I've been in your comments. I've been when you was talking about Tank with the bag and shit. Man,
your mic kind of went down.
Yeah.
What's your name, my man?
He's a Baltimore, so he got tight. He's tired of your boy Punch. He's tight because I was saying that my Shakur Stevenson lime green.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
It was all love. I was tripping off of you. That shit was fun.
Punch be having me tight too, bro. Talking that crazy shit about Tank. Fuck out of here.
Yo, you know what? I really think it's like Devin Haney fans that just don't like Shakur anyway. That's just doing that shit.
Word.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Devin Haney fans, man.
Yeah, he got the most female energy fans in the planet Earth.
Man, I know you guys said his name, bro. My man, what's your name? Because I didn't catch it for real.
Rick, Rick.
Rick, man. Word, HLD, man. Oh man, I'm happy that you clicked on the link. I'm glad that you came in and gave your, we don't have any contrarians or anything, but you're saying as it is. We're not pointing out only. I mean, like you said, I don't know, foundational Black Americans, African American, whatever you want to call it, but by majority, those are the biggest critics of Shakur Stevenson coming out saying he's Puerto Rican, and we're like, what the fuck? And now this energy goes for anyone, at least my energy Goes for
I don't
anybody.
even know if it's. I don't even know if it's just African Americans.
No, man, whatever the fuck it
I
is.
don't know what it
Remember,
is. It's just a whole bunch of ignorant ass like motherfuckers, bro. Like that just
ignorant
say
people.
dumb shit.
Yeah, hold on.
Exactly.
Remember, let's not forget also, he got a big channel. He got 300,000 subscribers. Remember, Shakur Stevenson was going at it with Dante Boxing Nation because of that shit. That they going, oh yeah, when you lose, then the Puerto Rican gonna throw you away and shit like that.
But I don't see, and it's funny you said that because I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like his channel like that.
my man Ray got some brain cells. He knows better.
But I'm saying, but that's why we're in this community, in this platform. But there's certain people that do got influence. And then how much you want to bet if you see his chat, there's gonna be people to be like, yeah. You understand?
Who you talking about?
When Dante Boxing Nation, Shakur Stevenson.
Ay, bendito, ese mamado. Eso es un pagado, eso es un comprado.
But let it be known that this energy goes for any. Look, even Puerto Ricans who are, selected few who may have an issue with it, you're gonna get the smoke, man, because we gotta be righteous, man. It's one love. We gotta keep it one love. We gotta respect and love each other. You know what I mean? Do we have friendly rivalries? Of course, we're prideful within our culture and heritage. We're gonna be prideful, but it doesn't mean to shit upon another. It doesn't mean to alienate another. And that shit does not need that. There's no room for that. There's just no room for that anywhere.
I say pure love for you, with whatever race that you identify with, is that you proud of your race. You know what I'm saying? You big up your race, but you love other race too, but you just proud of being you. There's other people that are like, I'm black, but I love everybody else. I don't need to put down another race to put my race up. Whether or if it's a white or if it's Latino, Hispanic, that's when you really love who you are. Man.
Exactly.
Some people be like, yo, man, if I was reborn again, I want to be a black man. Or reborn again, I want to be Dominican, man. If God gave me another life, I want to be Dominican. There's people like that that are just so proud of being them that is not putting nobody down, but they just love the culture. You know what I'm saying? They love the culture. And everybody, and we all have adopted at least a little bit of every culture. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. I wish I was like half Russian though.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker.
Oh, I swear. Russian. Speaking that shit,
wait. I love it, bro.
And that's why I always say from the New York perspective, because when you're in New York, every race is in front of you, so you could, hey yo, if it's St. Patrick's, man, you wearing the green, you going to the bar, you like, I'm Irish today. If it's Cinco de Mayo, I'm Mexican today, baby. You're celebrating.
Yeah.
If it's a West Indian parade, September, I'm out there. I'm Jamaican, Trinidadian.
Yeah, that's how it is here. We got Caribbean Day festivals. We got all that shit too. Like it's a melting pot. It's just a smaller melting pot for real.
Mm-hmm.
Probably poured in y'all.
Yeah, you see, See, I really think that there's outside of our larger cities of concrete jungles where we come from.
Look at his ignorance. Victor Garcia, Tio more PR than Shakur. Tio from New York. What?
It's just that's just trolling shit, bro. There's no sense in that. That doesn't make sense. But the problem is that I think, you see, everybody, I've always said it. It seems like everybody who's from the concrete jungles in large cities don't carry ourselves with that separatism mentality. I think it's all down south type of shit, bro. All that southern shit is they into that type of stuff of being separated and degrading amongst each others and shit. And I don't think that's the way it is in the big cities, man. Big city culture is different.
Yo, brother, you remember the issue that let's say Andre Ward and barbershop conversation, right? Y'all know that Andre Ward is half black, half white, right? And it's almost like they was calling him like a coon or something like that. Like, you forget that his father is white. Well, he's supposed to denounce his father to so you can respect his blackness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His mother's black, his father's white, and people like they was creating narratives like if he can't be proud also on the side of his father, that's the issue. Like, Yo, everybody let
You
them
know,
people.
one thing I think it is though, like, you know, no matter how long somebody from Puerto Rico lived in America, you always Puerto Rican, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna always feel like you Puerto Rican. Like a lot of we don't know our real lineage. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all that everybody the Africa came from Africa over here on the slaves. That's all everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's
Say.
the big idea. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Mm-hmm.
nobody really know where they from, where they came from. We could have came from one of them islands too, and just got far away from the language and the culture of the Dominican people or the Puerto
And
Rican
that's
people or
facts. And
whatever.
that's facts. You
I
know
bet you,
the
I bet you some motherfuckers that is hating on that right now go on ancestry.com, put your damn fucking name on there, and I bet you're gonna be mad as hell when you see you from like PR, a little 2% or something.
Hey, we got a new
2%
guy in the
Puerto
panel,
Rican.
man. Let's see what's up.
Michael Dems, speak on it. Speak on it. What you were saying. Speak on it.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to start off by saying I think blacks and Puerto Ricans are one and the same. You got Afro Ricans, you got and you got Afro Mexicans, you got Afro. Pretty much any part of the world you can throw Afro in it. So let's get that out the way, and then my comment is mainly towards how you group the black community in the titles and in some of your statements.
Go ahead.
When in reality that a small group of people on Twitter, you can find 10, 20 comments on Twitter, on YouTube, they don't represent the whole black community. Majority of the black people that I know don't have a problem with Shakur Stevenson identifying as Puerto Rican. And me, I'm a fighter too, in the Latino gym, the only black fighter in the Latino gym. You look on my page, you can see all of it. So there's no hate to the Latino community. I love the Latino community. The reason why I followed you in the beginning is because you represent the Latino community very well. I won't take that away. No disrespect towards you. I just don't like the way the black community is grouped and a lot of the things that you're saying when it's a small select few. And like he said, brother over there, a lot of them is Devin Haney fans that really don't like Shakur Stevenson. But was right about that because I peeped that too.
But I think but to be honest, I think I explained myself through the videos as well. Like that's why I did explain myself, and I did add the Latinos as well.
And see, I get to hear. I will give that to you. Through when you go through and you watch the full video, and you don't just look at the title, you don't just take the gist of the first 30 seconds. You do explain yourself very well. But as you know, you can look at your YouTube statistics. Most people aren't making it through the full videos, and they seeing the full message, and the message is perceived that you're grouping all black people in this Shakur Stevenson bashing thing, but most black people that I know don't even care about.
I think every group or every race that there might be a few to spoil the whole bunch. I give you an example, right?
Yeah.
I give you an example. Some people may say, "Man, these white folks, man, they racist. These white folks, you know what I'm saying?" But not every white folk is racist. Not every white folk was a slave owner, but they'll still group the white folks like that. If a cop stop you, if a white cop stop you, or if a cop did something bad to you, we seen it in the news all the time. Everybody groups all the cops the same, right? They're all pigs, you know what I'm saying? And a few of the few messes it up for the whole bunch. And that's what I also said in the video. That it may be a few people, but they it's not the I said not every black person, but these few, I said certain black people, right? Just like certain Latinos, and we've been discussing that. Some Puerto Ricans don't acknowledge Shakur, don't want to acknowledge Shakur Stevenson. We were talking about that as well. So those certain ones spoils the bunch. That's exactly unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but these are the conversation and the dialogues that we need to have. That's why I say, yo, get on the panel, because I'm not saying I'm right. I said I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not wrong. I'm just going by what my perspective, my opinion. So I need others to also educate me. See, I don't got no ego. I'm old enough. I got no ego. Come and correct me. I love that. Come and correct me. Don't just let me ram my mouth like that.
And I can respect that, and I think that too. Conversations like this are needed on the channel. Like, you need a perspective that doesn't always agree with what you have to say. You've probably seen in other YouTube videos of you, we've had conversations where we disagreed. I have conversations where I was defending you on what people were saying. Like, I'm gonna keep it real in the comments, whether or not it's in agreement of you or not. And I do that on every channel, and it's so that you have true feedback and true dialect with the people that are watching you.
Yeah, some of us we could just be in a bubble for a long time, right? Yeah. Sometimes somebody got to be like, "Hey, yo, bro, no, bro, I seen this way. Do you know this?" And educate the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And
that's why I really wanted that. That's why I said from the beginning, open the panel. I want everybody here, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because then, I'm just gonna go by my perspective. I'm not gonna learn it. I'm just going, yes, I could educate myself and read and stuff like that with other things. But when if you when you on track and nobody's out there to stir you some way, I hope in a positive way, and I identified if it's negative, then that's all good. I'm growing as a person. The day that I don't grow is how long I'm gonna be here on earth. You know what I'm saying? I gotta grow every day.
This was smooth, no disrespect, just two conversations. We ain't have to scream and get loud, none of that. It was smooth, man.
It's the way it's supposed to be, you know what I mean?
I started screaming because that boy in the chat had me hot.
Yeah, we get it. God. But one thing you brought clarity, because we already knew, and we know it's a subgroup of those who are detractors of it. But the majority of detractors of that subgroup of people that are against it have been Black Americans and whatnot, right? And maybe what we don't see is, just like myself, I'm gonna cook anybody, and if it's one of my Puerto Ricans talking that mad stupid shit, I'm gonna bury you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And maybe maybe in my side, what I would love to see is those two and the Black community, right, to say, y'all motherfucker, nah, we ain't down with that shit. What you mean he's a coon? What you mean y'all can keep him? Ain't no keeping him, bro. He's Black American, Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? And that's that. It's not that we're trying to snag him. I don't know what the fuck the mentality is, but it's to embrace both, and that's it. You know what I mean? So maybe it would be nice, and I appreciate you came up on the panel, and you, Rick, also. Y'all putting it out there. Nah, man, we ain't fuck with that type of stupid mentality. You know what I mean?
Y'all ever been?
Hey,
y'all ever been
grown folks? This is grown folks conversation right here. Grown folks, for the people in the chat. That's how you have grown folks conversation.
If me and you,
y'all ever been on Ancestry.com?
Nope.
Yeah, for sure.
I
got a lot.
Yo, me either. I've been thinking about it.
I got a lot of shit in me, dog. Not just Black, man. Listen, we all.
Word.
Yo, man, we're gonna protect our guy, man.
Yo, I thought this was grown man conversation.
Nah, man, it's part of the chilling, fun, fucking around.
Chill. I hope I got some Russian in me. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, if
I'm
me
gonna
and
go
Punch
check that
walked
shit
into a restaurant and it was all white folks, they gonna think he's Black. They gonna think he's Black. A lot of times they will group you with whoever you're with. So Shakur Stevenson, since he hangs with Bud, Keyshawn Davis, and a lot of them guys, that's why the Black community is like, some of those guys are probably looking weird, like, but what's going on? Your family, all the people that we've seen, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then you look at his mom and his dad, and you're like, no, that boy's Rican for real, like.
But that's his culture. But that's his culture, man. I mean, his culture.
I feel like he's still gonna stand out as looking like an African American. I mean, he really does look like African American, and then like his whole swag, since he was like, just raised like that, then it gives out that, that energy of like of that side of him. But like the point is, it's just like if he decides to embrace this side of his culture now, he's just like trying to become his best self and learn his self, and learn who he is and set that tone. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's a big star.
But let me piggyback on what Michael said. Now let's say we in Puerto Rico and we all walk into a restaurant. What they gonna say? That we Puerto Rican. They ain't gonna say we Black.
They ain't gonna know what's going on, probably.
No, they ain't even gonna question it. They ain't even gonna question it. They just gonna be like Puerto Rican.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Yo, you right. Until we start, until we open our mouths.
Yeah.
Well, they might say they're Americanized, maybe, but they maybe they're Puerto Ricans on the outside. You know what I mean?
We open our mouths, then they gonna call us all gringos, bro. I could speak Spanish and everything, and they still gonna call us gringos because they like that out there. You're a Puerto Rican from out there. You know what I'm saying?
So now think about it. Is it an America problem? Because think about it. If we could, and we probably all different type of shades, right? Coda,
somebody's mic is crackling.
That's your shit.
We all different type of shades, right? If we all was in Puerto Rico and we all walk in a restaurant, they ain't even going to question what are these guys. It's just Puerto Rican. Why? Imagine America was like that though. That we could all walk in and they don't give a damn what are we. That's what we really want to get at in America. That we could walk in, nobody cares to even ask, hey, what are you? I'm human, bro. That's it.
There's not that colorism that we go by. Like our national hero, we just celebrated Roberto Clemente.
Nah, bro. I just said we go by Brown, bro. We go by Brown.
And that's that. You know what I mean? There's he's Boricua, he's Puerto Rican, and that's it. It doesn't matter, brown, black, white, because we're all of that and some. You know what I mean? So I think it's an American. I was saying earlier, it's an American phenomenon where we have this separatism with colorism, and at the same time, it's made to divide. You know what I mean? I don't understand why these people are making these comments. Whether you're Latino, Boricua, oh, he's not one of ours. What do you mean he's not one of ours, motherfucker? That's in his blood. He can't deny it, even if he wants to. You know what I mean? Because it's who he is.
And remember what I said in the beginning. I said, I know what it is, but I'm going to speak the language. I'm going to speak the language that this society wants us to speak. This society wants us to speak on this type on a division type of surface, right? Black, white, Latinos. So I said, I'm going to speak in the language I want because in my heart, I'm human. I'm from the human race. We're brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. Been saying ever since I started my channel. That's how I really feel. But in this community, as much as I say, they want to see a division. So let me speak this language. Y'all really want this conversation? Black, Latinos. I don't want this conversation. I want us to look at each other like I feel how God look at us, all His children. My 3 kids look all different shades, all different texture, different type of hair textures and stuff like that. I love them all the same. I love them, greet them, take care of them, guide them. I don't look at them. Oh, this is my son that is the darker one. This is my son that got the blonde hair and the blue one. This is my daughter. I don't. So think about it. I feel like God look at us like we all His children. And I know some people don't believe in God, but I'm just going by what I believe. But you know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. And the different culture is just a beautiful thing. And if you got a different culture, man, I want to go to hey, yo, the other day I was like, man, I want to go to some soul food. And I was Googling where I was at, man. I need some soul food, bro. I want some cabbage, some collard greens. I want some mashed potatoes. I don't want to eat no rice habichuela. Yeah, I want something else. You feel me? Sometimes you want other culture.
Hey, I was in Pennsylvania for work, for training and shit. And it was like, it's like a big, I forgot the part of Pennsylvania it is, but it's like a big Amish. It's like an Amish part of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know you're talking. I know
everybody want to go to the Amish part of Pennsylvania, and I was like, I went to the Dominican part. I got my head cut by the Dominicans. I went ate something, got some Dominican food. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. I sat in the barbershop, and I ain't know what nobody was saying.
Hey, I'm in PA, yo. I'm in Allentown.
I forgot what part. So what part is like the Amish part, yo? Because I forgot it. I forgot.
Oh no, probably Harrisburg or something.
It wasn't Harrisburg.
Around Amish they got that they do like
it was names like Paradise and what the fuck was all the names of it? It was some crazy ass names, yo. It was Paradise, it was Pleasure, Blue Balls, PA. That was the name. I swear to God, that was
Hey Rick, let me ask you, did you feel like an outsider in that barbershop, or you felt like one of their own?
I came in there, the one dude that spoke how you want your hair cut, yo. They told the other dude that was gonna cut my hair, do it like this. I sat in there, they gave me a beer and shit. I went next door, got something to eat. The lady there, like, she reminded me of one of my aunts and shit, but she ain't talk like one of my aunts, but she reminded me of one of my aunts. You feel me?
Man, I love to hear that, man. I love to hear this.
I like different cars. Don't let me find out I'm from Puerto Rico or something like that. I'm done.
Hey,
bring it, bro. Bring it, but
go on
Hey,
ancestry.com.
I'll say
they
this,
gonna be
Coach. I
mad
will
at
give you
me.
this. Listen, black people will be the biggest hypocrites that are making them comments because say they go to ancestry.com and they find just a slight bit of Puerto Rican in their DNA. Oh, they telling everybody they're Puerto Rican.
I
That's what
disagree. I think it's more Puerto Ricans than anything. I'm telling you, I know these gualas from the island, bro. Like, I know I got a whole lot of family out there, and these niggas is like that. Like, I think, man, you ain't Puerto Rican. What are you talking? You a gringo. Like, you could be 100% Puerto Rican, bro, and you slip up on one word, and you gringo, bro. Like,
But that's
like,
but
bro, they really
remember,
like that, bro. Like, they
yeah,
really
but
like that.
they're
So I
talking
think it's
about
more Puerto
culturally that
Ricans than anything.
what they're talking about is just culturally. You're not from pura cepa from from la montañas, bro. That's all
Okay,
they're
I
saying.
was raised in a Spanish
isn't one of
household.
isn't one
Every
of the
Saturday, I wake up to loud ass salsa. My mom used to play, you know what I'm saying, loud ass music, clean the house, cooking, you know what I'm saying. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. She talking about it's 12. You know what I'm saying? I know like all these Puerto Ricans have been through it.
Isn't one of the biggest and the longest journey in your life is to actually find out who you are? Isn't that probably the biggest journey you're gonna experience in this lifetime? And
That's too stressful.
Nah, it's not stressful. It's actually is great to know. It's embracing. It's who you are. So it can't be stressful. Think about it. Sometimes be like, hey, yo, your great grandmother is from here, or it's Cherokee Indian, or something, or you know, like I found out my grandfather was Cantonese. You know what I'm saying? And that was like my pops always used to be like, yo, you Chinese. Nah, come on, man, stop that. I ain't gonna say that shit in school. You are all my life. You are. And I'm telling you, I never embraced that. I never embraced it until I got to know him, like, oh, okay. And once I saw the family, I'm like, I'm Cantonese, baby. You know, and it's like you get to know who you are little by little. That's a good thing. And that's our journey, you know what I'm saying? And then who we are and where we're gonna go after. That's what it is, right?
Shit, man.
That's why I think that we
Oh, Lancaster, PA. Nah, that's not where the Amish people at.
about the
It's not
message too,
Lancaster.
because like
The
you said,
only
everybody the same.
Lancaster?
Everybody's the same, right?
That's where Amish people be
You
at.
feel like guys eyes.
Oh, yo, bro, was it Lancaster?
Hold
Sorry
on. Michael,
to cut you
Michael,
off.
hold on. Michael Sainson. Hold on.
My fault.
So like you said, like if you feel like in your heart, right? Because and after talking to you, listening, watching your videos, I can tell the difference. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like I know that titles like this, and I know that controversial things are more engaging. You know what I'm saying?
Lures the people in.
So I get it, I understand, but some topics and some things might trigger different communities in a different way. So some Latinos, and I can't speak for any Latino or the community, right? But say they are more receiving of a video like this than the Black community might be, right? So we got to be careful and intentional with how
responsibilities. I agree with you.
Our message, because most people aren't going to come up here and have a conversation with you and realize that, man, this dude's not a racist dude or not like a race baiter. He's just doing what he needs to do to keep his channel alive and still supporting and promoting boxing at the same time. And I get it. So not everybody's gonna.
I could see where he's coming from.
I agree.
And, because what for himself, he had to do a deep dive to look further deeper to find out. Oh, okay, this is what it's about. But on the surface, you don't catch it like that. I can understand what he's saying from that. I think when it comes down to it, I mean, the only separate thing that I think, I mean, at least I know I believe in, man. There's man and woman. That's it. You know what I mean? Two genders. That's the only thing I believe in that could be separate. Everything else, man, we're the same.
Hey, look, like I remember when I was trying to get the Deontay Wilder interview, right? And it was a 6-hour live, and everybody going in on Wilder, you know, about the twerk and stuff. They're calling out his name. They're saying he's, all the derogatory name that you could think of, right? For 6 hours, right? This team was like, "Yo, why you gonna let why you was talking to Wilder? Why you went on Wilder like that? Saying, yo, you know, I never disrespected the man. I never called him by his name. Yeah, but they was disrespecting him for 6 hours on your platform, and you ain't put no stop to it, man." And I'm like, yo, I can't. And then I'm like, I don't have the responsibility over their voices and stuff like that. But then when I was started to think about, yeah, but I do have the responsibility on my channel. Even though that, yeah, everybody's saying their opinion, but also the responsibility is going to lay on my shoulders in the end of the day, you know? So I do have to be conscious of that. So I agree with you, whether I take it, but you do have a legitimate point. There is some responsibilities on the title. There's some responsibility on the voice and things of that nature. You know, some people, I'm not saying in this particular subject, but other particular subject, just to lure the people and just to trigger, spike a nerve or whatever, it could lead to certain situations that you know, it'll be unfortunate.
And 100%. I don't expect you to change what you're doing. You got a channel that's running well. You got to keep, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing what you're doing. I just have a better understanding man to man. So when I come to your channel, I'm not going to be so quick to jump and judge and put comments in there that, you know what I'm saying? So we got that understanding. It don't matter what the rest of the world thinks.
Hey, and that's why sometimes I say in the chat, yo, did y'all listen to the video? Did y'all listen to the video? Like, cool. Go over beach, but listen to what I'm saying. It's just like I remember I was in the mood of I want people to understand Jesus Christ, right? Mm-hmm. So I started talking about Manny Pacquiao, knowing that he's a Christian. So I lured them in with the Manny Pacquiao title, but throughout the whole video, I'm talking how Christ is good and what he meant to me and what he could mean to you and things of that nature. And people, then at least I did my job. I spread the word. You feel me? Yeah. And it has to come through Manny Pacquiao expense. Hey, but if I had to do that to get my what I needed to get across to, then it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's mad respect to this young man who you know, for lack of better words, you had the balls to click on this link, man, and share your point of view. And I'm utmost respect that you did so to show your perspective and to have a clarity. And at the same time, yeah, we learned that what you're saying, well, at least for Punch at least, he learned that responsibility of what comes through when you put a certain title up and how it needs to maybe be a little bit more balanced, so it doesn't seem like it's attacking only a segment of a community, and to be more inclusive. Yeah, man, much respect.
To be humble, bro. I like to be humble. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not this ego. Like, people got ego. There's people that don't want to look at it no other way. They just look at it one way. They tunnel vision. They don't give a damn what anybody else is saying. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel good if somebody be like, hey, yo, bro, yo, Punch, I was rocking with you, man, but this, I can't rock with you because you like this, man, and stuff like that. That's defeating the purpose.
I can't rock with you because you talk shit on things. I can't rock with you.
Both ways, you know what I'm saying? I came in here strong and I said you was race beta, so you proved me wrong as well. So it goes both ways. It's not I can come up here and
it's Michael, right?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, where
Michael,
you
man.
Where you from, Michael?
I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay.
They got a lot of shows. Showtime got a lot of shows.
You fight amateur or you fight pro?
Amateur. I'll go pro next year.
Okay. How old
are you, my man? I mean, we can.
25.
Gotcha, man.
Hey, man, I'm telling y'all this right now. This is on live, so everybody got to hold me to it. Listen, I'm going to have a short career in the pro. I'm going to 175, and I'm going to be the undisputed champion of the world.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about, Michael. That's what I'm talking about.
You say it out your mouth. You could always, if you couldn't believe it, you could achieve it.
God
for sure.
God told me he's going to show me how great I am so I can be in a position to show the world how great he is.
Yo, always protect your peace, bro. If I'm gonna give you advice,
I love that, man.
Peace, yo, you know, I always have this saying. I even told Teofimo Lopez this, you know what I'm saying, personal conversations. I'm like, yo, you know, when I felt like he was trying to prove haters wrong, I said, man, don't waste your time trying to prove haters wrong. Prove your supporters right and prove that God make no mistakes. That's all you got to prove. Mm-hmm. Use the gift that God gave you and prove that God make no mistakes. That's it. So I like what you said, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Much respect, bro. Much respect. Yo, you need to click on this link more often when Punch be throwing it out there. We're gonna get off this subject. We can talk some boxing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? This is something that
I'll be roasting, just to let you know ahead of time. I'll be roasting.
Who's your favorite fighter in the game right now, my man? Hey, Michael, who's your favorite fighter? Who you root for the most?
It's crazy that we're on this topic because my favorite fighters in the game, it's kind of a tie between like three fighters that I studied the
Nah,
most.
bro, you had
Number
to
one,
say
Shakur
me.
Stevenson.
You had to say me. I'm my favorite
And we on
fighter.
the top. Number one is Shakur Stevenson. Of today. Are we talking about all time or just today?
No, for right now. What's going on right now?
Okay, I like Shakur Stevenson. Um, let me see. I like Boots Ennis and trying to think. I like Uzi. I like Uzi too. I like the way that Uzi box.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I want to say that, and I told it to Kid Austin. It's something about Shakur Stevenson that y'all age range, y'all have respect for Shakur Stevenson. Like Keyshawn Davis, Kid Austin have said it. A machine from Patterson said it. You saying it. What is it about Shakur Stevenson that he's still in your age? That's your age range, but y'all got so much respect for him. What is it
Listen,
about Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur Steve, because I study everybody back to I found the hidden files of Sugar Ray Robinson in his prime. I go back and study all the greats Shakur Stevenson since Pernell Whitaker is the most defensively responsible fighter in the world. Better than Bud defensively. Honestly, I think once he grows into his man strength and he's fully developed, he would blow Bud out the water. I really think he's that good. I think he would beat Tank Davis. I think he beats Frank Martin. I think.
That's easy.
Who Frank?
People will argue that. People will argue
Who
that.
Shakur?
I think Shakur, that's easy work for Shakur, in my opinion. Frank Martin.
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody. I think Tank Davis might be his toughest fight because you got to give Tank his power, right? That's there, always there.
And underrated IQ. He got the underrated
He
IQ.
got more than that.
He does.
IQ.
But
Shakur got a. I mean, Tank got an underrated IQ. I think Shakur. I said it once before. I don't see Shakur Stevenson getting outboxed by anybody.
No.
By anybody around that division.
The X factor in that fight is if Tank is gonna output more punches than he usually does and a lot more, and if he can close that distance before Shakur catches his timing. You know what I'm saying? If he could close that distance before Shakur gets a hold of his timing, you know what I'm saying, then it could be a problem for Shakur. But otherwise, Shakur just gone.
My thing is, Shakur is a master of distance. You see when he is jab, lead hand, lead left
Trust
hand,
me, we was talking about it the other day, bro. For sure.
He will keep and he gets the ref gets mad at him a lot in the fights for measuring, but he keeps doing it. He keeps that distance out there. And he's not going to back away. So, you got two types of fighters. You got, defensively, you got, a Floyd Mayweather and you got, a Canelo. And Shakur Stevenson has, that Floyd style, but his defense is more like Canelo to where they're not moving back far. Floyd would jump way the fuck out the way and then come back in because he's athletic like that. Shakur Stevenson's taking a half step back.
He's in the pocket. Yeah.
Watching, he's going to look at your punch, go past his face, and then he's gonna counter you.
Yo, that's the one thing I said that can be a problem for him too, though. If because I was telling Punch yo, sometimes he does lean back, but it's because he knows his distance so well. And I explained exactly that. But that can be a mistake for him as well, for somebody Tank or somebody that knows how to play with distance too and can close that distance in a quicker amount of time than he's expecting it. You understand? Especially with somebody like Tank that is explosive and he got short arms.
It's going to take another athletic fighter, man. And there's not so many athletic fighters like that. It's going to take somebody of an athletic ability that can do that.
That's why Edwin De Los Santos is going to be a test, bro. I think this fight is harder than Frank Martin, bro. I'm telling you. That's why exactly why.
The scariest part also about Shakur, he's a gym rat. He stays in the gym. He works corners too. He works corners, so he's a constant student of the game. That's what I see about Shakur Stevenson. I do I always like the Tanks as the amateurs. I just feel like his opponents, they just not moving him. They're not moving him to strive for legacy. So I can't talk about Tank the way I like to talk about Shakur and Tio and these guys because they want legacy. So I just can't talk in that sense of Tank. I feel like he could be just as good. I believe, and I know that, and I know they think highly of Tank's skills, talent. Shakur, the Teal, they know who Tank is, but he's just these guys are doing it now with elite fighters. They displaying their toolbox versus elite fighters, and Tank ain't doing that.
Hey, but Tank, hey, what you mean? Listen, I ain't trying to hear that. We're not gonna
come on. Let's be real. Come on, man. You got Tio fighting. Tio just fought Josh Taylor. Shakur Stevenson went back to back with Hearing and Oscar Valdez and Concepcion, which people thought that
who is Hearing and Oscar Valdez, bro? They're more
champions, respectable champions.
They're more dangerous than Mario Barrios. They're more dangerous than Isaac Cruz or
Hector Luis Garcia.
Or Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia will knock Oscar Valdez out, bro.
But see, it's not. Remember, Coda, I'm not taking no skills away from Tank. I'm saying
you are.
No. Listen, what I'm saying. Listen, Coda. I ain't saying nothing about the skills of Tank. I feel he's just as good, just as special. His career is moving in a different way.
You say he's fighting cab drivers.
I ain't say cab. You saying cab drivers. I'm not saying he's not displaying his tools like the others are displaying the tools with
they're at least in an Uber
of champions. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is we've seen Tank go forward, we've seen Tank move back, we've seen Tank box, we've seen Tank go hit for hit, we've seen Tank counter, we've seen Tank do everything, knock somebody out, moving.
You're going back. You see, you're going back with the skills.
On the fly. We seen him use defense, offense. You're
going back with the skills. Nobody's questioning the skills of Tank. That's what I said. You saying he got the skill. I know Tank got all of that. But these guys are displaying their skill talent versus elite caliber fighters, respectable champions, where Gervonta Tank Davis is not at this stage of his career, where he's the senior. Remember, he's the senior. This was high school. Shakur's the senior. Shakur, Theo, these guys are the freshmen. These guys already, for me, in my opinion, are doing more. Done more.
Criticize both. I'll say Shakur Stevenson, his matchmaking with Top Rank is impeccable. Top Ranks, and I'm saying this as a fighter. We got a guy that just fought on Top Rank. He's from Minnesota. He beat Ali's grandson.
Nico Ali.
Sling Proper. I got to give a shout out to my guy, Sling Proper.
Yes, man. Give a shout out to him too, bro, because I'm glad he ended that story.
If you don't know him, check him out. He up and coming with destruction too. So, but I think that Top Rank's matchmaking is impeccable. They know how to place you in the right positions to get a title and a fight that you're gonna win.
Evan Haney.
But Tank, their plan is to get money. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, the opposition is not hasn't.
There's no need for it. There's no need for him to take elite when they're making money. And why risk the golden goose if they could keep on making the easy money? And it's a business,
Yo, Tank has fought more African American fighters than Devin and Shakur put together. I'm gonna just say so.
Pitbull Cruz ain't no joke. Hector Garcia ain't no joke. Pedraza is no joke. So he's been in fights, but he is going for the bag right now. So I'll criticize both sides. I think Shakur got it made when it comes to matchmaking. Tank got it made when it comes to promotion and getting paid.
And as a fan, we can only analyze the sport. Not truly the business. Now, if I say who's done the best business deals, got business money, hey, I even think Devin Haney has done the best business deals.
Y'all think Tank can't beat Kambosos? Y'all think he couldn't have went over to Australia and beat Kambosos for three belts?
Yes, but he didn't do it. That's the issue.
Oh my Lord.
Yes, he can, but he didn't do it. And remember, Coda, he could have had the chance if Gervonta Tank Davis would have told Kambosos, man, I'm gonna fight you. Kambosos would have took that Tank money in Australia.
He told him that.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yes, he did. There's a whole video out of that. Yeah, he did.
Kambosos didn't want no parts of Tank Davis.
Yeah, he didn't want no smoke. He didn't want no smoke with Tank.
He went to the show. He went to his fight. Remember, he said, "I'm coming here to scout." You forgot?
Vete pa'l carajo con los embustes, bro, del diablo.
Come on, man.
Mira, los mentirosos no entran.
They running from Shakur, but they ain't.
You know, liars don't go to heaven, bro.
Come on, man. Hey,
Come
his
on,
track record speak for itself. And look, the Pitbull Cruz fight.
Facts.
Remember that the Pitbull Cruz fight was because that was a substitute. He was supposed to fight Rolly,
Exactly.
and we didn't know. And we didn't know
And
what
he
was
made,
Pitbull Cruz really at that
And he's
point.
gonna fight him again.
That
just
gives
because y'all
more
want
credit
to, because people
I
out
don't
here
want
saying
to.
he
I
ducking.
want him to fight Tio. How about that? Let's go,
I want
Tank.
him to fight
Let's
Tio
go,
too.
Tank.
I
Let's
told
go.
you.
Raise some
I
pressure that
told you.
code.
We going
Let's
to that
go.
fight together, nigga. I want him to fight Tio
Let's
too.
go. All right, Tio. How about Tank and Shakur right now? Tank and Shakur. Let's go.
I don't. Oh, that's who I forgot to
Yeah,
say.
Tank got to take
Tio
Shakur as soon as
Lopez,
possible
man,
because it's only getting worse.
is one of the top young fighters right now in the game. Tio, Shakur, and I like Uzi. I don't know why. I really like their skills because I look at the skills. I do a lot of studying. Skill wise, Tio, that boy's a monster, man. Shakur, Tio slept on because of controversy and all the shit that he's gone through in his career. And his personal stuff that I don't think is anybody's business. I think people should leave that out because as a fighter, I know we go through shit like more than you will ever know. So when it comes to Tio, I don't look at his personal shit and judge that. I think that dude's let him get his mind right and put him the best version of Tio can take on anybody. I think has a chance to
Tank is the only one out of all of them that fought one of the four kings. I'm gonna just say that.
but the weakest link though. You know,
Four
Ryan,
kings, bro. What? What four
I don't
kings?
care if he's the weakest link or
Ryan,
not, bro. He fought one of the
and,
four
and
kings.
That ain't no.
Oh
That ain't
my
no king.
God,
Ain't no four kings, bro. There ain't no four
Bro, they
kings.
was pushing the four kings that was Ryan
Nah, bro.
Garcia, Jake,
Not.
Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Teofimo.
Not
Those
even
were the
Teal.
four
Not
kings.
even Teal pushes that, bro. He's like, man, ain't no four kings. Ain't no such thing.
What y'all think
nah,
about?
Tio
What y'all
one
think
hit.
about? Who wins? Who wins? Keyshawn Davis versus Kid Austin.
Keyshawn.
Kid Austin. No, Kid Austin. Kid Austin.
Yo,
Boy.
Man, I'm caught, bro. I
Keyshawn,
don't want. I
Keyshawn.
like both of these dudes, bro. It's a good fight. It's a
Kid
good
Austin.
fight.
It's a good fight,
I
right?
got
That's a good.
Keyshawn
Hey,
all the way.
It's
Keyshawn
a
is
good
nice.
fight. And Kid
I'll
Austin
bet
showed us
whatever
a
on the
dog in
fight.
him in that last fight.
Wait.
That he could get hit and still like, okay, all right, we're gonna play now. But it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Damn, bro, I don't know who to say, bro. It's good. It's a good fight.
Kid Austin breaks him down. Man, this kid is serious in the gym.
What?
He's a
He's a
gym
gym rat.
rat.
Yo, Kid
But I
Austin.
do say this. I believe that Keyshawn Davis does beat Andy Cruz in the pros if they fight.
Oh,
I got Keyshawn
Yo,
Davis.
y'all
I'm not
sleeping on Andy
Andy
Cruz,
Cruz
bro.
hype,
Y'all
man.
sleeping on him. His
I think
first
he's
his
good. I
debut
think
was
he's
a
I'm
good.
not
10-round
sleeping on
fight.
Andy Cruz. I'm just saying he got a. For me, I don't think he got a professional style.
He's
I
with
think
Bozy
Keyshawn
Ennis
Davis.
right now, bro, and Boots. He's out here sparring Boots and shit, bro. He's learning. Trust me. His debut was a
Trainers can't play
10-round fight, and he showed good work.
And Keyshawn Davis is it was with Bud Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, and what?
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he been working out with
Yeah,
Floyd
he's
Mayweather. He
training
just
with
recently.
Floyd.
Bro,
Yeah,
that
man.
was one pad work, and he's working out with Floyd
No. What
Mayweather.
about yesterday? He put up another picture with
No,
him
they
on Floyd in the
working.
gym.
That
They
was from
working
the
together.
same day.
Nah, he had different clothes.
They working.
Oh
work.
no, man.
The
But I just
boxing
think
community
even when they was
dude.
fighting in the amateurs, Keyshawn Davis was sitting on his punches. He was fighting like a pro, and I always said it. I said it to him when he was an amateur. I said, "You got a pro style. You beat him in the amateurs." But Andy Cruz, he got that on pack. He got that down pack. The amateur style, he got on pack. Got down pack.
People don't understand. They don't score body shots in amateurs. I've lost amateur fights where I'm whooping this dude's ass. Like he in the corner tearing his body up on some Earl Spence shit, and they raise his hand at the end, and I'm like,
Yo, y'all seen Carmel Moulton debut September 30th, right? On the prelims?
Nah.
dude,
He debuts, bro. His first fight, September 30th, under Canelo and Jermel. On the prelims.
All right, okay.
It's something to look out for.
Nah, Jaleel Hatchett is gonna be forced to be reckoned with. I think he's gonna beat all of them.
Yeah, Jalil. Yeah, I thought that
Jalil.
about Truck too, and look what happened. Supposedly he was injured, but I ain't really trying to hear that.
Nah, Jalil, that boy different.
What you think about Hitchett?
Amateurs, Jaleel Hatchett.
No, I was gonna say Hitchison versus Haney at 140.
Hitcherson might be too sweet yet. Might be too
early.
Too early.
I think Gary
Devin
Antoine Russell
don't
beats
box
Haney
him.
at 140.
I think Gary Antoine Russell beats everybody, including Tio at 140.
Whoa!
Yeah, man.
Fire
I
for that.
like
They
Gary
peoples
personally.
though. They peoples. I think they is gonna be
Look,
hard to get him in the
now
ring.
he's trying to do. Oh, he's my friend, pulling a Devin Haney. He's my. He's not gonna fight Tio. They're friends. Come on, dog.
Yo, man. Even Team Russell knows they're not ready for that smoke,
Look,
man.
Antoine Russell is he's just that, bro. He's just that nigga. He's that.
Like he throws everything. He throws everything.
I got Subriel Matias beating Gary Russell.
That's gonna be a
Yeah,
war.
you're drunk.
That's gonna be a war right there.
Subriel's my favorite fighter
Matias
at
and Gary
140,
Antoine
bro.
Russell.
And Antoine Russell will whoop his ass, bro. He will whoop his
Amanda
ass.
Serrano, 3 minutes, 12 rounds.
Yeah, she's.
You liking that, bro? My man brought up Amanda Serrano. I gotta hear this.
She's goated for that.
3 minutes, 12 rounds. She my favorite. This is my favorite fighter, hands down.
She's the GWOAT.
She's the GWOAT. She's my GWOAT, man.
We're gonna get tight.
I
chill.
gotta hold Clarissa Shields down as a GWOAT, but
Yeah, Clarissa Shields. Yeah,
I go comparison to comparison.
Yeah,
I got my girl, man.
Mad,
45 wins, 30 KOs, 7 division world champion, undisputed current champion, about to do 12-by-3. Yo, man, she's the GOAT
and
to
she
me.
in the MMA too. Yo, I haven't seen nobody
Thurman.
choke. I haven't seen nobody choke out somebody standing like Amanda Serrano in a long time. She choked the homegirl standing up.
Bro, Clarissa Shield about to knock out Keith Thurman. Y'all out here bugging.
Keith Thurman might lose that fight. He get hit with a body.
He might lose.
Oh man.
Y'all some disrespectful dudes now, man.
I'm fucking around.
I'm fucking around. Keith Thurman was we ain't gonna disrespect him.
He's ducking everything, bro. He don't want no parts to Boots. Sean Porter done retired because he didn't want to fight Boots.
Nah, man, he's waiting on the last payday just like Porter did with Crawford. He's waiting on something to slide in that he could get paid.
All right, I got a good question. Who goes the furthest in the heavyweight? Jared Anderson or Richie Torres?
Jared Anderson don't even want boxing no more. He might retire. For real.
Have you heard those comments, my man, about Jared Anderson talking? He don't love boxing. He don't even need to be a heavyweight champion.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. If Jared Anderson was 100% into boxing and he loved it like Shakur did, bro, and he keeps people like that around him, and he's smart because he went like to train with Bozianis, get some different insight from different like smart brains in boxing, I think he'd go the furthest. But he's not that. He's not that dedicated and focused into boxing. So
I want to hear what my man says about it. He's about the same age as Jared Anderson.
You got to realize he got some real shit going on, like especially with the situation he dealing with his brother. I guarantee if his brother comes out of jail and tells him you need to keep fighting, he gonna be a beast.
I don't know this. I really don't know what's like.
Yeah, I don't know
what is it.
I don't want to misrepresent what's actually going on, so I suggest if you guys want to know what's going on with the situation, to go check it out. But he got a lot going on outside.
Spit it out, man. What do you know? We're not gonna hold you to your word.
I just know.
I mean, we're gonna hold him to his word.
Well, no, we just know that his brother's locked up. His brother's locked up for some heavy shit that he did. Or apparently did,
I don't know nothing about what he did. All I just know is that his brother's locked up. He got some family issues. He needs some money, and boxing is the way to get it. Once he gets what he needs for his family, he's out, and I can respect that because I plan on being done before 30. I'm snatching all the belts before 30.
I mean, who said that? Remember that's how Deontay Wilder walked into boxing. He's trying to provide for his daughter that was sick.
If you spar me and beat me, then you could.
But hey, we didn't answer the question. As it stands today, who's gonna go farthest, Richard Torres or Jared Anderson?
Torres, because he wants it. Like it's a difference when you
exactly. I agree.
I think Torres is the thing. I think Torres has still a lot to prove.
Why is Andy Ruiz slept on?
I think Torres and Jared Anderson, in my opinion, is bringing, with the help of course, Alexander Usyk, is bringing that pure heavyweight, not these hybrid heavyweights that weighs 260, 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", and stuff like that. He's bringing that 220, 225. Those that, you know, if you remember back in the days, the heavyweights was 202, 215, 210.
Muhammad Ali, 6'3", 210, sometimes fought 193.
That was like the heavyweight. That's why you saw the elusiveness. You know what I'm saying? That's why Alexander Usyk, he's actually using his height to his advantage, his intangibles, his speed. You know, he's using that, and I think the heavyweight division is gonna go back to that type of weight, the 230 to 210.
Andy Ruiz knocks that boy out. Alexander Usyk goes to sleep versus Andy Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz losing a lot of weight too. Andy Ruiz got fast hands, bro. I think he got the fastest hands.
I got money on
heavyweight. I think he got the fastest
hands. Hey, they say he's down to 220 now, man. He's lost like 40 pounds.
Why you think Deontay wanted $50 billion to fight him?
Deontay Wilder is, remember, one fight he was 209.
Deontay Wilder's looking scary. I don't care nobody say about Malik Scott.
I'm always I always like Deontay Wilder.
He's looking good. His training.
He's a monster.
He's my favorite heavyweight. I don't give a damn anyway. He's still my favorite.
I think Andy Ruiz could beat Fury though. I don't think Deontay Wilder, but I think he beats Fury though. Yo, I'm telling you, he got fast. He got fast feet, bro.
He does, but he ain't gonna beat Fury.
Fury body.
Yo, I say Deontay Wilder still beats everybody.
Yo, y'all think Fury is unbeatable, and he's not. I'm telling y'all, he's not.
I think Wilder, we gotta see where his chin really is at. Can he take anything? We don't know that. We really don't know. What can he take? We don't know what his punch resistance is.
Who, Torres?
No, Wilder.
Man, Wilder showed his heart that last fight.
No, exactly. Yo, but he's there's damage. There's damage, bro. How much punch resistance does he have now? We don't know.
You gonna talk about damage to him, but not Fury.
The realest thing though, for pro fighters, all of them that I talk to, this is just for the future of people's channels and stuff. The biggest thing that offends pro fighters is when people speculate their brain damage, because it's something that every pro fighter is sensitive about. So like if a pro fighter were to watch this, or if Wilder were to be watching this and he heard somebody saying that, he's not gonna fuck with the channel instantly. Or they're not gonna mess with the channel instantly, because that's something even Floyd Mayweather, 1 second, baby.
Yeah, but I think that's more like.
No, we're not talking about brain damage. We're talking about chin resistance.
I think that's more of how like somebody like like interprets what they're saying, or like, you know, or how.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Wilder's punch drunk. I'm not talking about that.
Insecurity as well. Like you gotta be insecure to get mad at what somebody online is saying and then take it to heart. Like you gotta be insecure.
Yeah, because I'm not talking about being punch drunk. I'm talking about no pun intended punch. I'm talking about more of his chin. Where's his chin at? We don't know. He got battered in 2 huge fights.
Bro, this man done fought like King Kong. He done fought the big names, the big hitters, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's your opinion, not mine.
I gotta see it. I gotta see what can he take.
I think for looking at how Wilder, you know what I'm saying? I think he's a freak of nature, because he's really not that big. He's tall, but he ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at that, what was it, the 6th round? What was the 6th, 7th round with Luis Ortiz? And he still stood up. And then with the Tyson Fury, that last fight, like, it's one thing I can't bet against his heart.
No, it's not. It's not to question his heart.
His durability. I mean, it's hard to say, because he's fighting guys that weighs like 30 pounds, 40 pounds over him and stuff like that. So of course, in boxing, you're gonna sustain some damage. You sustain damage in sparring, little by little. I know fighters that their doctors already told them no more hard sparring. You just gotta be careful. You already got gray areas. You know what I'm saying? So they just gotta adjust in the gym. And maybe Deontay Wilder, just like a lot of fighters around his age in the 30s, they all gotta readjust. You know what I'm saying? I know no need to donate, probably don't at his age, or Manny Pacquiao, wasn't doing what he was doing at the age of 30 or 28 or something like that. Got to readjust so you can have longevity in this sport. So I think Deontay Wilder's smart enough. He said it that, he said that he don't need a fight and things of that nature. Maybe we pray he got some gray areas. We don't know. I think a lot of fighters do have it. But hey, this is the business, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do for a living.
I got Andy Ruiz versus all of them. I think Wilder knocks him out, but if he don't by 5th, 6th round, he gonna have trouble. And Fury too. That's it. Y'all laughing now, but they don't want to fight him for a reason. They're asking for super big money for a reason.
Yo, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to cut this one off. Tomorrow I'm going live again. Good looking now, Michael. Any last word, Michael? HLD Coda. Where to follow you, Michael? Where are you, social media platform and stuff like that? When you turning pro again?
Sometime next year. I'm trying to get a waiver to get into Olympic trials. We working on that right now. If I can do that, then that's my goal. I'm training for.
You can still do pro though. Like Keyshawn Davis had three fights in as a pro and still was. Manny Pacquiao trying to go to the Olympics too. You heard that?
Pro?
Yeah, as a pro.
He's trying to go now.
Yeah, he want to win the gold.
Yeah, he's trying to go now and get a gold medal at the age of 62. Like I hate that shit. I understand that shit. I hate it.
But hey, man, hopefully you're trying to get into the trials, man. Hopefully you do, man. Where can we? You got a platform we can follow you at?
I got an Instagram, Michael Doriel Productions. It's on Instagram, and then on YouTube, I post videos of just training and fights every once in a while. But I'm not like a YouTuber or nothing like that.
Yeah, you got to do. That's the business now, man. You got to sell yourself. Got to
get on that Twitter, bro. Get on that Twitter.
The promoters don't do that no more. They're not gonna promote. But they're gonna promote the fights.
Yeah, yo, man, don't be a stranger, Michael, man. I'm gonna expect you to hit that link so we can chop it up on some boxing talk.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Appreciate you.
That's an advice I will give you, bro. Like, speak out your voice, man. You know what I'm saying? Be comfortable in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't be this shy dude and hope like for promoters to, promote you. Nah, bro. Have that character to sell as well, that personality, like so people can cling on to you. You know what I'm saying? Talk your shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
I already know that, dog. I already got a team. I got a promoter. I got all that. We set to go.
I pray success for you, man. You know what I'm saying? All the way.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for hopping on, my man.
All right, brother. Take care. Take care, everybody, man. Love y'all. God bless. Y'all already know, man. God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equal 2 champions. Brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High.
Última palabra. Look.
HL.
Yeah, just the last word, man. This is not a bash to anybody of any specific community, man. We just don't see the justified hate towards this young man for claiming who he is. And that's that. We have, me as a Puerto Rican, I got all love and respect for him making that personal decision that's his alone. And only me as one of his other brethren can only say, man, welcome and God bless you, man. We got your back. Other than that, man, we should not hate no one, man, for who they are and what it is. We all come from somewhere, but at the end of the day, we're all God's children. Punch, thanks for having this live, man. Everybody hit the like and subscribe button.
Thank you, my brother.
Yo,
any last words, Coda?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I don't got shit to say, man. Tank over everybody, you know what I'm saying? Boost the best in the world, you know what I'm saying? Tank versus T.O. is a fire fight. It could be a stadium fight, you know what I'm saying? Y'all will see me and Punch there live watching it. I'll make him go, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna bet. And we're going to make little clips after he's crying sad that T.O. loses, you know what I'm saying? But, I hope the best for them, man, you know what I'm saying? And we talk tomorrow whenever you hop on again, man. Appreciate you having me up here, though, bro, for real.
All right, brother, man. God bless y'all, man. God bless you.
God bless, bro. I love you.
Peace out. Have a great night.